So sometimes, you're on the YouTube and you're content creating and you start to feel a little burnt out.
Oh, fuck no, not the burnout.
Have you ever felt the burnout?
Not about YouTube.
It's like I'm doing something, but I'm just not happy.
I felt that. I've definitely felt that.
Well, guess what, buddy? I have the solution for you.
What's the solution? Please tell me. I need help.
We have a new sponsor here on the whatever our show is called.
We do?
Yes, we have a new sponsor. Sanity Juice.
Sanity Juice.
That's right. If you take your Sanity Juice, you will not have to pay a therapist. And I put quotes up around that word. You don't have to pay them to talk to you like a human being.
No, you just drink the Sanity Juice and you just fucking stop.
Yep. That's it. Just fucking stop. That's all you got to do. Sanity Juice. Thanks for our new sponsors. They're paying us very handsomely. It's unbelievable.
$100 per
that's right.
affiliate link.
I get two, but it's really one, but sometimes it's two. And Philip DeFranco, I don't know. I got no clue. It's just a whole thing. I can't follow it.
Fuck Philip DeFranco.
I guess so. All right. So, yeah. We are the, what are we? The Dirty Centrists.
We're the Dirty Centrists.
Something about heresy sharp, some not operator nonsense. Not sense, not operation. It's all good?
Not operation.
Checking the levels.
This is not an operation. This is a fucking shit show.
Okay, so what's going on this week? Ooh.
There's a lot of things going on this week.
Well, I mean, first of all, the whole opening there was an allusion to the BetterHelp.
Oh, fuck.
If you need some help and it's better, then you go to the BetterHelp.
I don't know. I feel like there's something shady going on there.
Maybe. I feel like there might have been a couple of YouTubers. So what are the names here? Who did the original expose? That was the 9-parter there.
Memeology 101.
Yep.
Shout out.
Yeah, you're gonna wanna. Here's the 101s on this thing. Let's go right from the start. Everybody's covered it, but why not? Why not? We'll go on the YouTubes. Here's the YouTubes. Memeology 101. It's like a 9-part. There's no words. Right? There's no audio. Right? There's like music, but no spoken.
No. Well, he puts in like little
he's got
transition slides that explain some things about what's going on, and then it's just like videos of people saying things.
Oh, look at this. This is fucking normie YouTube right here. Look at this is what like a non-signed-in private person would see, right?
Right.
So what do you got? You got
some UFC.
The Jimmy Fallon.
Oh fuck! You got all the late night talk show
look,
douchebags.
oh my, all of them.
Yeah,
lined up.
Literally
Seth
all
Meyers.
of them. You got trending. That's why it's the trending page.
Yeah,
trending
Stephen
is cancer.
Colbert. You got I don't know, the Yes Man. What's his name? Jimmy Fallon. That's it. Yes Man Jimmy Fallon. And then boxing. Sorry, boxing comes up next.
That's not bad.
That's fine.
That's pretty. It's weird because that's pretty patriarchal.
You got a fucking gator crocoduck on a goddamn table there. I don't know what the.
What do you got there? Some life hacks.
Fast workers, God level 2018. I don't. Life. Anyways. So yeah, Memeology 101, and there's this. There's a rolling cycle of affiliates, right? I don't really want to advertise for them, but certain VPN companies will deliver you food every week, and then all the YouTubers, they get on the same thing.
Yeah, it's weird because the BetterHelp people have reached out to like some YouTubers that a lot of people know about, and then some really niche fucking people.
Some people in the middle,
like some asthma people.
Yeah. Some depressed people, apparently. Yeah, that's.
I mean, is it surprising? I'm not surprised. Like, it seems to me like all of these YouTubers that are shilling for BetterHelp, like if 5 years ago you asked me like what I thought of these people, I would have told you there was something wrong with them. You know, but
absolutely.
But not what they're saying. They're like, oh, life is hard. I'm depressed. I work too hard. The YouTubes. When I tell you I can't do a video today because I'm busy, it's actually because I'm depressed. And it's like, I feel like most of them are reading scripts.
I hope most of them are reading scripts. One thing I noticed that was interesting, and maybe this is just because I'm a fucking pleb, but I don't have like that therapy is this normal thing that we all do mentality that they seem to have.
No, but
did you notice that?
Yeah, but see, we were talking about this the other day, and I think there's kind of this thing with like show business types and Hollywood types. Yeah. They all seem.
It strikes me as extreme narcissism.
Yeah, like, I don't know how many times I've heard a celebrity or an entertainment personality say that they have like a therapist on retainer.
Yeah.
And
my therapist, that phrase is...
I've wondered for a long time if it's because they actually need help or if it's because they just like listening to themselves talk.
That's kind of what
I'm
having
thinking. Somebody say, "Oh no, it's okay."
You've even seen examples. I think in this series that we've got up here, there's examples of people saying that very thing, where they're saying like, it's like a hole for me to dump my feelings into, kind of thing. It's kind of depressing to think that, like.
Well, here's another thing, right? I don't know the name of the girl
for that. Like, can't you just have a friend do that?
Yeah, but how many of these people have real friends? That's something I wonder about a lot, because they like, you notice, like, in the skeptosphere, they all started kind of being friends for a while. Like, I've noticed with those some of the Monday Matt leaks and stuff. It seems like Armored Skeptic there and Shuan Head want nothing to do with the rest of them. Like, they were the only ones that weren't like offering to share a room with people at MythCon.
And then, interestingly enough, outside of that, there was a lot of like mixing of, like people seem to know each
I'm
other
not giving those two credit here because they're basically responsible for helping the adpocalypse happen.
That's fine. I'll just gloss over that.
Yeah, I often wonder how many of these people have actual real friends. Like, I don't know the name of the girl, but in Memeology 101's expose on the BetterHelp thing, there was that one girl, the fucking "I'm so fucking angry" girl. That girl,
my favorite.
She said on her video she, for some reason, avoids talking about her personal issues with people in her real life, like her family and her mother.
Yeah.
But she just spews it to these people online. And if that isn't some kind of narcissism, I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
because
what's going on there? Yeah.
Do you really need help, or are you just making this shit? Is it like a big act so that you can get attention? Like, or is it real, but you're sending it in the wrong direction because you think attention is going to fix your problems? Like,
it's definitely real. I think people are taking something real and going unhealthy with it.
Like, her mom seemed like kind of a piece of shit. Like, in the video, her mom was like upset and was like, "I don't like talking about emotional things with my children."
Yeah, it's like poor training.
But her sisters seemed nice. They seemed confused that she didn't want to talk about it with them, and they seemed bothered by the fact that she was putting this really personal stuff out on the internet to all these strangers who could take advantage of her.
Yeah.
So to me, it seems less of like a. It's really weird. I don't know.
There's so many ways you can look at that.
Yeah, I don't really know how to parse it, but I do know that people are uncovering some really shady fucking stuff about this BetterHelp and the company that owns them, and the other companies that they own. Like, you know, they make this claim that there's all these licensed therapists working for them, but then you find out that the company that owns BetterHelp owns a company that for $400 will make you into a licensed therapist. So it's like, you know, I'm wondering, how easy would it be for me to become a licensed therapist and go on BetterHelp and get paid by them?
If BetterHelp continues, how long will it be before, like with the Medicare hug box, people start getting the license,
infiltrating
and
it,
just fucking people up, man? Like, it's the stories we're hearing now are just light compared to what's possible.
This is the thing, though, is that their current therapists are fucking people up. They're ghosting people.
That's right. Yeah, and that's just light. Like, it could be like encouraging people to kill themselves. Level crazy. You know.
But like, I don't know. I maybe I'm still too optimistic about people, but I like to think that if people would infiltrate it, I feel like they'd do it to take down BetterHelp.
Hopefully.
Like, I feel like if I infiltrated it and I ended up on the phone, I made an appointment with me.
Right.
As soon as I got on the phone with them, I'd be like, you need to actually contact a real doctor.
Right.
And hang up right now. Right. I can't help you. This company is taking money from you, taking advantage of you. Pull your head out of your ass. Go get actual help.
But you're too reasonable. The infiltrator is going to be a fucking accelerationist. You know, they're gonna they're gonna want to show the what is possible.
See, I'm kind of I'm for accelerationism unless it involves like telling someone to hang themselves.
Right. And the blind trolling is another angle here. You know, it's like once you find the clever guy who takes down the thing, then because everybody finds out about it, the evil guys come in and follow that path. You know. So if it does get infiltrated, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be pretty, I don't think. I don't think there's any limit for what the internets can do to you if you fucking upset them.
It might not be that easy to actually infiltrate them. They made the claim, don't know if it's true, but they made the claim that it was like 15% of their applicants actually get accepted. But I don't know how they're doing their vetting.
Yeah. And the autistic army is going to be fucking perfect. They're going to be better than perfect, you know, like.
Yeah, we've got people who will literally learn how to be a therapist.
Yeah.
Just so they can pass this test and then be a shitty therapist.
Yeah. And if already you're getting these things like ghosting people and fucking sketchy people, and it's can't be perfect, man.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
I want to touch on something there anyways.
What do you got?
I don't have a high opinion of therapists and psychologists to begin with. I know a really large amount of people who went to study psychology because they wanted to know why they were fucking insane.
That's the only story I've heard, actually. You know, like I
think
it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially at like, I don't know about, because we don't have that kind of high level education around here. So I mostly hear it from people who are entering like the college level. Yeah. And they're looking at this. So, you know,
I've talked to all university students here.
Same deal.
Yeah. Yeah. They all want to know. They all either want to know why they're crazy or they're obviously crazy from my point of view. And they're like, oh, I just want to help people.
They want to save others.
But then they're like
themselves.
Insane, like borderline cult leader fucking losers that.
Oh my god!
You know who I'm talking about.
I totally
I'm not going to drop names, right?
But I've seen it before too. It's like they want a flock of people who like are kind of like them,
and they'll tell you they want to help people, but I know that they just want to understand how people's minds work so they can control them better. And
they might even like they believe it, you know. Like that's what makes it so pervasive is that like they think they're doing good while they're just unwinding everything around. I really do think it, man.
I think I think it's more of a situation of they've just said it so many times that it's easy for them to say.
Exactly.
Like, but I think they know what they're doing. I think
it depends. It would depend on who it is.
Yeah, it would depend on who it is.
I think we both know who we're talking about. I don't know about him, honestly. That might be a different case.
I don't know.
He's just too good at rationalizing. Like it has to be that like there's a wall broken down so that you can just go into that place. You know what I mean? Like you can just be the hero or whatever you are, you know. And
and when it didn't work out, when he couldn't hack it and he flunked out, or he quit, he dropped out because he's a bitch. He just went from psychologist to shamanist, like, and became everybody's fucking guru. You know.
Oh god. Oh man. That's awesome.
But anyways, so that's my confession is that I think the most people involved in therapy and psychology are fucked to begin with.
They always seem to have like the basics plus an idea. It's like, you know, I do CBT. Oh, and also I think that like the different frequencies of sounds create different types of healing. You know, it's always like this plus, you know.
There's always some woo in there.
I'm pretty big on auras, so
like even people who initially my brain was like, maybe Jordan Peterson doesn't fall into this category. But no, 100% does.
I think he does.
He can't do his psychology without talking about mythology and shit. And it's like...
He can't separate the whole God thing. Everything's a narrative.
And it's like...
It's such an interesting thing. I think everybody's got something like that. You know, it's... Almost everybody at least, you know. Keeps you sane, man.
Or it drives you insane.
It's the ideology, you know. People don't like somebody without an ideology. It's you can't have a bad ideology and you can't have no ideology. You know, that's something I was hearing last night.
Yeah, even in my attempt to not have an ideology, I still ended up being a nihilist.
And you still have to have something. It's serious because without an ideology, how do you say that children are important and we should protect them? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't just flow naturally. You've got to build it as part of your thing. Even if it's just facts, you've still built a structure of facts. You know, it's an ideology, and you say I believe in things. It's not the reasons don't really matter. It's like the explanations combined with the net result of them. You know, I believe that you shouldn't hurt kids because it fucks them up as they develop, and it makes people who are more likely to hurt kids in the future. You're
programming people to destroy society.
And so there's a reason for it, and I bake that into my ideology. Now when I see people hurting kids, I don't have to question whether or not hurting kids is a moral thing or not, right? So Oh, I don't know.
And that's
where I'm
another
going
thing.
with that,
Like
but-
I had to like make like a homebrew nihilism, because normal nihilism is just depressing bullshit. But it's the only thing I've come to that makes any sense to me, because there's no. We're getting way off fucking topic here.
Like
but
hit me with some nihilism. What are some precepts that you would say are pretty important? Like
for me, okay, so like I always put optimistic in front of it, right?
Yeah,
Because.
But I
feel
mean,
like that's
nihilism.
important.
It doesn't sound
optimistic. No, it doesn't. And most
Right.
nihilists are shitheads.
Right. So explain why you're
okay.
so unoptimistic for being so optimistic.
Okay, well, just straight up, where I'm on the same page with regular nihilists is that there's no fucking divine power. There's no reason that anything happens. The universe is just a fucking giant car accident, and if the entirety of all of time is that, we live in a millisecond of that.
Yep.
And in another millisecond, in the cosmic scheme of things, we'll be dead.
Yep, long gone.
Fucking thermodynamics and entropy will fucking have their way with us. The universe will fizzle out. Nothing will have meant a thing. But for some reason, we evolved with the ability to, whether it's an illusion of free will or not, we've evolved the ability to attribute meaning to things.
That's right. I'm with you.
And in this space, I feel like I almost need to come up with a name that has more to do with astronomy than nihilism, because most of this comes from just how I know how big the universe is. And the 99.9% of it is just cold, lifeless nothing with some rocks floating in it. And for some reason, here on Earth, we appeared with the ability to feel and touch things and hear things and smell things and say words and interact with each other in meaningful ways. So we're kind of like, if you look at the entire universe as an organism, we're like its ears and nose and eyes and nerves. Like, we are the only thing that we're aware of that can make any sense out of it. And we can create meaning even if it's fake. So it doesn't matter to me that there's no inherent meaning in the universe. I have the power to give things meaning, so I should make good use of that. And I feel like people will jump in and be like, well, where do you get your moral values from then? If nothing means anything, why not just fucking eat children for breakfast and set the world on fire? And it's like, well, first of all, no one's going to like you if you do that.
Yeah. Well, that's the building of the ideology.
And, like, I don't know, it seems simple to me. When I was a kid, a guy punched me once, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not going to just punch people.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? There's obviously limits. One luxury I have as a nihilist is that I have no moral qualms with fucking nuking another nation if they deserve it.
That's another interesting angle, yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
Like, if they really, truly deserve it, if they, and the people are keeping some tyrant in power, and they're just fucking, colonizing by force and murdering innocent people, and they have some kind of sick ideology that, involves eugenics or something like that, fucking put the nukes right up their butt, blow them up. I don't fucking care. Like, I don't. And it's weird, because I understand there's a bit of a contradiction here, because I think we should protect life, and we should value life, but I also, if I'm being perfectly honest, when I hear about, like, civilians getting killed in war as collateral damage, I'm like, I don't fucking care. Yeah, I don't fucking care. There's plenty of us here. It's not like we're running low.
If I had the liberty of being able to identify at a glance the people who are going to hurt children, to go back to the example.
Oh, I'd put them in a big hole, fill it with gasoline, set it on fire.
It'd be simple. It'd be simple. If you could really know, it's kind of not being able to know.
And this is the thing,
makes
right?
it a challenge,
I have this irrational part of me that we call emotion, right? And when I see children getting truly hurt, I'm not talking fucking Mexican kids at the border going, because their mom got taken away from them.
It's a pretty severe line, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking like, real suffering. It makes me angry, it makes me sick, it makes me sad, and I don't want to feel that way. So maybe I do good things out of my own selfish desire to feel good, but if the results of that are positive on myself and the people around me, then fuck, that's all I need. I don't need a higher reason to do those things.
Well, and it's funny too, because it won't matter. Like, if you're like, we're not allowed to cull child molesters, but we'll take it to something you can do, is like self-defense. Like, your reasons won't matter that much as long as your actions were justified. If you can prove your actions were justified, they're not really going to care about your mentality at the time.
No.
You know, or your feelings, because your feelings are bound to be ridiculous. Yeah. You know, so
if somebody just stabbed you twice in the stomach,
it does make it very important. It kind of shows how ideology matters. Yeah. Because when you're really emotional, at least hopefully you can graft your actions onto it, so that later when the police they do the same thing. They're like, okay, well, in this situation, you acted in a way that's morally at least savable. Yeah. And that will give us the bias towards you. You know, like it's kind of a sick thing, but emotion's kind of the pivot of all that. Yeah. You know, like it's that's fascinating.
And I feel, see, this is the thing, right? Like I don't think people are always like, well, where do you get your moral values from? And I honestly think that anyone who isn't a broken fucking sociopath, your emotions are where you get your morals from. Yep. Any normal person becomes emotionally distraught when they see a child being abused or a dog being abused or an elderly person being abused. It makes you feel sick to your stomach. It makes you feel anxious. It makes you feel like punching something. That's, you know, evolution has made us, that's like a science says kind of statement. Yeah. Because of the way we evolved around each other, we have these mechanisms built in that kind of force us to behave in a way that makes us be able to live in a group.
There's also like the socialization, because one way to break that is to like mess with a kid.
Yeah, that stuff fucking pisses me off.
Yeah, that's the other part about harming kids, is that it causes the cycle. And we already even hit on the cycle a little bit. And that one's out of our control. That's what kind of frustrates. It's like a lot of this whole debate around schools and what we should be teaching kids. Yeah. It really matters, but anyone on that thing, like, it doesn't matter what they teach your kid in school. You have to be able to you have to have strong reasoning skills and be able to help them question it properly. Yeah. And then it can be helpful. Like, you can turn that shit around, but it's all up to parents, man. I put more and more responsibility on parents the older I get.
Yeah, but we're taking more and more time away from the parent-child relationship in our society.
We're squashing it, man.
Yeah.
And it's... Oof.
Like kids, they get up in the morning, they go to elementary school or high school or whatever, they go to school, their teachers and their peers influence them for 6 to 8 hours. They go home, they eat supper, and then they leave again and they go hang out with their friends. Most of them. You know what I mean? And that's like well-adjusted families. Yep. Poorly adjusted families, the kid gets dropped off at school, waits for the car to leave, then walks 2 blocks away to their friend's place and fucking does drugs and don't show up at home for a week. And when they do show up at home, their parents fucking beat them. And like, we've got a lot of fucking problems that I don't know how to deal with.
Yeah, like, you almost can't. Like,
No, I mean, what do? You purge people who suck?
Well, and we're getting further and further away from that. We're getting to the point where, like, when people suck at parenting, we're going to give them more money.
Yeah,
like that's
what we're already doing.
Yeah, that's what we're living in right now, you know, and I understand the problems are super complicated and all that stuff, but holy cow, when is the reward structure going to swing back towards, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. Like, I don't even know how to approach that one, man, because we don't have that common value structure.
See, this is the thing. If you start rewarding well-adjusted families for being well-adjusted and raising good children that contribute to society, people are going to start screeching about the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer.
And that's what's going to happen, too.
And they never stop. They never stop and look and think, oh, the reason I'm not getting these benefits is because I'm a piece of shit and I need to adjust my life. It's these other people's fault for being better than me. Yeah. And it's like...
It's fucking heartbreaking, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's... You cannot win.
But then at the same time, I always try to remind myself, like, if you could pick any other point in our timeline to live in, you wouldn't.
Yeah. There is that.
Because it's better now than it's ever been.
Yep. It's getting better all the time sometimes.
We get bent out of shape about a lot of these things. And then you remember that, like, you know... 700 years ago, good parents would have 12 children, beat them all within an inch of their life if they didn't listen, sell them as hostages to other families to get material wealth. And we made it here.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we came up with every scheme in the books.
You know, we've been getting more. I think we've reached a point where we've solved so many moral issues as a society that we're now starting to overcompensate for a lot of it.
That's right. It's the virtue signal.
Yeah.
You know? That's
like we've got to a point where we have very few social problems that we actually really need to tackle. And the ones that are left, we're not tackling the root cause of the problem. Like we're just pointing fingers and blaming other people.
Yeah. So you have like you have that concept of the your poor people there's supports available for most situations, but you have some folks who will use those supports in more toxic ways. And so it's almost like, well, so what's the solution to them, huh? And it's like, is there a solution for everybody?
No, there isn't.
Yeah, right.
No, some people just suck.
Right. And it's like, if I don't do anything to solve any of my problems, they're not going to be solved, and I'm going to need somebody to solve them for me. But I know that
then you never learn to solve your problems on your own.
And I just recognize that I have to. There is no support for me. So
this is the one
thing. Like there are, but they're social, they're family, they're all the things that a lot of lefties hate. I got a buddy who will not, like, he gets mad when he thinks about the idea of a parent giving their kids things. You know what I mean? Because rich people give their kids things. So that's not fair. Like, how is that not fair? Like, it's his family, not you.
And also,
you got nothing to do with his fucking family.
The only way for less rich people to pull their family out of that hole is to try and make more than they need in their lifetime and give the difference to their
And you know what? If they got $1 billion and blew it all on cocaine, they'd blame the system still somehow.
Yeah.
You know, like, it just makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
It just makes me mad to see people. They pretend like the world is different than it is so that they can bitch about it.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Yeah. But that's ultimately, like, and this is... The original answer to your question is there help for everybody? Is no. Some people are broken in such a way that they aren't capable of having any self-awareness. And I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can fix that. I don't know if it's an intelligence thing or if it's the right values weren't instilled in them thing. But, like, I personally feel like I went from having almost no self-awareness, like, as a young adult, to having enough that I can know when I'm being a fuck up.
Right.
You know, but if it wasn't for that growth, I'd still be digging a hole for myself.
Right.
You know, so, and I'm not really sure what made me gain that, because I hit at like a rock bottom point that I see a lot of other people hit, and they just see if they can dig it deeper. Like, I don't know why some people can hit rock bottom and go, no, this sucks, I need to climb out.
Yep.
And some people hit it and they're just like, why can't I dig anymore?
Right.
I don't know what the defining factor is on that.
I'd be interested to know. We were seeing some stories about just individuals who just have no sense that they're in a society. Like, you know, no sense that they're in a society at all.
Yeah.
And they have families, and their families have no, you know, like, it breeds itself.
Yeah.
You know, it's your traditional, what do you call it? Your poor part of town. Your part of town where, like, you don't look your neighbors in the eye, where they're not looking out for you and you're not looking out for them, where if they come around, you know.
So I feel like that's, if you're not in a middle or upper class neighborhood, that's just how it is now everywhere.
You kind of have to be. Like, it's a smart strategy.
Yeah.
And it's how I play it. I don't try to friggin', even with my nice neighbor, I keep to myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have that relationship where if they do something crazy and they come around, or if, you know, like, it's, you just never know. You never know. And there's people, they're all connected, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the problem with living in a smaller town. Like, if you lived in New York.
Yeah, it'd probably be different, huh?
A little bit, anyways. Yeah. Like, the odds of even running into the same rando.
That's right.
Twice in a year is
really
low. And
for my time spent in a bigger city, that was, you're surrounded by humans, but fucking, in order for them to get where they need to go, they have to create some kind of a disconnect, you know? You just look where you're going, and you friggin' keep your head down, and crazies come and go, and everybody just ignores everybody.
Yeah.
It's very, I didn't enjoy it, but a lot of people thrive in it. I think people are finding that they just love antisocial behavior. I think that's the modern thing, you know. It's all internets.
I went to New York, and for the first 3 hours, I felt overwhelmed by the amount of people around me, and then it was like they weren't there.
Yeah, they're like fake. Yeah. They're fake people, man. Like it's
yeah.
Any one of them, you could stop them and create humanity.
Yeah.
But until then, they're just in an automatic state.
Yeah.
You know, which is pretty cool. That's what you got to do, though. There's no way around it.
Like a small town feels more like a community, but you go somewhere like New York, it feels like an ant colony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it.
Yeah, like because everybody's just on autopilot.
Something that blows my mind is our capacity to live in different environments.
Oh,
like that,
I mean, that's why we're king of the hill on planet Earth, because we're the most adaptable species, right? But,
what do you think is a better model? Do you think that the big city or the little town?
I don't know. I think there's benefits to both. Like
You're absolutely right,
really liked being in New York, and I like big cities like Toronto. But there's things I like about smaller places too. It depends. Like obviously, a place like New York or Toronto or Vancouver or Seattle is going to be better for doing business and making
business
money.
Opportunity's huge.
Kind of. We're moving more into a time where you can do business non-locally through the internet.
That's what I want to know. If we got that going, would anyone want to live in a city? Is there any other reason to live in a city?
Yeah. I can say that with confidence. You know why? There's people who play VR games like VR Chat, where they have the choice to be anywhere they want. Right. And they make claustrophobic feeling cities with tons of shit and giant buildings. And
that's interesting.
Yeah. I think people want things they haven't experienced already.
Right.
Right?
That's something I noticed. Yeah. Is this, like, they don't even know what it is they want to see. Yeah. They just want to see something.
Well, that's why people travel.
I found that.
That's why people travel for fun, right? It's because they don't know what they want. So they go to all these crazy, weird places to experience culture shock. And, you know, by the time they get back, they'll usually be able to tell you, yeah, I liked it here, fuck that place.
Yeah.
You know, that place was too busy. That place was a fucking shithole. You know, they'll have an opinion on it. And it's different from everybody. I know people who cannot imagine living outside of a place like New York. Yeah. And then I know people who wouldn't even set foot there. And then there's people like me who, like, I would fucking totally love to live in New York for 2 years.
Yeah, I spent a few months there and enjoyed it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And if not New York, a different city, but yeah.
If I was, like, really successful and I had the money to, like, own property in more than one place.
That'd be a way to go.
I'd own a condo in New York.
Yeah, that'd be a way to go.
In, like, the craziest, busiest part of it. Like, I'd own a condo. It's, like, somewhere near Times Square or something like that. And I'd probably spend a couple months there every year. I'd probably get hit by a fucking truck of peace, but
I want to. My dream is a van down by the river, so that's
a van down by the river.
Living in a van.
What are you, the fucking Zodiac killer?
Did they ever catch him?
No,
I might be.
No, you're not old enough.
He did the codes. He did the cryptographic codes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he'd be dead of old age by now, or like 90 something.
Oh man, he should come out. I'd love to, because that one got a lot of people.
A couple of people have come out and said they were him.
That's right.
But they're all crazy fucking lunatics. Unless one of them wasn't, right? Like maybe he paid 5 people to all come out at the same time.
Holy fuck.
And he was one of them.
Fuck.
Who knows, man?
Oh, man. Anyways.
I often, you know what? Okay, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. I often wonder how many people like that aren't really fucked up crazy people. They just wanted to know what murder was like. They did it a handful of times and then went back to their fucking job in a cubicle somewhere and never did it again.
That's gotta happen. It's gotta happen.
It must happen.
Because people are all different, man.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like I would. Well,
I came close.
I can see myself pulling like a Dexter. I can see myself pulling like a Dexter, where I made like a list of pedophiles, and just went around fucking murdering the shit out of them, and then was like, all right, that was fucking gross, and it freaked me out. I'm gonna just go back to being a normal person now.
It's kind of like a meme. Like everybody has like how to get away with murder in their Google history. You know? It's and you just think of it's a thought experiment.
Yeah,
zombie survival or killing a hooker. You take it's one or the other. It's up to you. So what else is going on this week? Kavanaugh?
Oh, fucking Kavanaugh!
Never Kavanaugh.
Man, I feel bad for that guy. His life is fucking. I think he got the job.
Yeah.
So his life isn't like totally ruined.
Right.
But like people are gonna treat him and his family differently for the rest of their lives now.
If he was really like this like dude bro
and
dickhead back in the day,
yeah.
I could see people getting a little resentful, but it doesn't seem like he's...
But that doesn't prove anything.
And it doesn't seem like he's maintaining it. Like, people are allowed to fuck up in college.
Yeah.
That, you know, so
dude, I mean, their whole...
it's really kind of confusing.
Half of their argument, aside from what Ford said, is, well, he had some beers once.
Yeah, and that's
and got kind of rowdy.
They said he lied about drinking. I'm
what
like,
fucking 18-year-old didn't lie to their parents and go have a beer at one point?
I'm
like,
confused.
Like, I feel like... Like the Mormons and the weirdos that you actually have to watch out for. Those are the people that like don't fucking break the rules once in a while. Like
Kavanaugh says he might have been too emotional at hearing. Okay.
He was actually pretty put together. He wasn't that emotional. No. I watched it. I watched her. Dude, she doesn't seem.
Who is it? Like this Susan Collins?
No, Ford.
Ford?
Christine Marjorie Blasey Ford.
Oh, I'm not following this story as closely as I should.
Listen, okay, so remember we were watching that BetterHelp Memeology's videos the other day, and you were pointing out that guy seemed like he was acting about being emotional. Mm-hmm. That's like the vibe I get off her when she's talking.
Okay, yeah. She's
got like the shaky, I'm crying voice, but there's no tears.
That's right.
And she like, I'm 100% sure it was him. But when they asked her about the two other dudes that came forward and said it was them, they're pretty sure they're the ones that did this to her.
Right.
She looked petrified when they brought that up.
Right.
She like, and it wasn't like, it was like, oh fuck, they got me, was the look on her face. And they're like, how sure are you that it was Kavanaugh and not these other two men? And she's like, 100%. But it's like,
it blows my mind that this is what it is now. So, like, every time, like, a dude's going to do something, now we're going to look through his past, and we're going to make sure that no women step forward to make sure that they didn't grope him 15, 20 years. Like, is that the man test now? Is that how we treat them? Like, you know, like, why don't we
if that becomes the man test and they keep doing it, they're going to...
It's a pattern, you know?
But this is the thing. They're going to fuck themselves because eventually it's going to lose its fucking impact.
I'm already there, man.
Yeah, like,
I'm already there.
I'm already at the point where... originally, like, when the... Weinstein shit was happening. This is the thing too. There was no fucking question that he did it.
Yep.
Like he was a gross, creepy fucking weirdo.
It was almost too easy.
People have been making jokes for fucking decades about how he was a creepy weirdo. There was audio recordings of him begging fucking women to follow him into his apartment.
Yep.
But then, like, it's just like you're gonna come forward 40 years or 30 years later, right when the guy is getting a job, and with a shitty story. Oh, we were at a party somewhere, I don't remember where. These four people were there, and then they interviewed the four people, and they're all like, "Yeah, we don't remember that party."
It's a fucking Jodi Arias thing, man.
Like
it's like that. You just can't have it. You can't. And that's the thing that really gets me though is that the left right now, all they need is that story, and now they're just gonna go fucking nuclear. It's all nuclear all the time. Never Trump, never Kavanaugh, never the next guy, never the next guy.
You know
I can't listen to that.
Though? They're gonna confirm him. He's gonna get the job. They're gonna go fucking ballistic. Antifa is gonna come out. People are gonna come out with their fucking masks on, and start burning garbage cans because they, for some reason, hate garbage cans more than anything.
Well, apparently, like hundreds of detainees or whatever, hundreds of people were policed. At that's ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
The news cycle is going to call those people heroes for standing up for their fucking beliefs. But anyone who's watching is going to see a bunch of fucking idiots aping the fuck out on public property.
Yep.
And
you have to drink the Kool-Aid in order to get this shit.
Trump 21 or 2021 or whatever the fuck it is. Like, he's going to get elected again because of this hysterical bullshit.
That's what I keep telling people, man. I'm like, you know what? If you like Trump that much, you keep this up.
Yeah.
You motherfucker. Because it's just going to keep going and going and going. It's an Energizer bunny.
Man, like,
and you're giving him new batteries every week.
Yeah.
For fuck's sakes. Of course it's not going to die.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then, like, I was watching CNN the other day, and they're like, can you believe the nerve that Trump has to mock this woman?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, first of all, okay, you can call it mocking because everything Trump says about someone he doesn't like sounds like mocking.
It was fucking funny.
It was fucking hilarious.
He annihilated her. Holy shit.
But nothing he said was necessarily mocking. He was just pointing out the fact that her story was like fucking Swiss cheese.
Yep.
Like,
oh, holes all over that shit.
yeah, and it's like, okay, so this is the thing, right? We are supposed to just believe her because she said she's 100% sure that he molested her.
She's a survivor.
Yeah, a survivor.
Survivor.
I was watching a Bearing video the other day, and he pointed out, he's like, of course she's a fucking survivor. If she didn't survive, it would have been murder, not sexual assault. Like, but, okay, so we're supposed to believe her because she says she's sure about it. But he says he's positive it didn't happen. There's no evidence either way.
I believe him and her.
Yeah, I believe them
die.
both. When do we get to the point where we start calling people like Kavanaugh survivors of sexual assault allegations?
That's right. If it comes
Like-
out false, he's a survivor now. He survived it because they were trying to ruin his life, man.
Well,
Like,
they kind of did.
It's already there. Yeah, no, and so now, yeah, he is a survivor. He's a survivor now. Even if he's fucking guilty, he's a survivor. I don't even know. That's
And,
what.
like,
That's the
this is
that's
the
the
thing.
logic they apply though. They said even if she lied, she's a survivor. It
But
doesn't matter.
This is the thing, right? Okay, so this thing that happened to her 30 years ago, that she survived, that she says traumatized her for her entire life. It couldn't have traumatized her that hard. She's a fucking doctor. She's got a husband. She's got kids. She's got a well put together life. But what's happening now to this guy? Right? His life is going to be permanently fucked because of this. Even if he keeps his job and his wife doesn't divorce him because there's this nagging fucking thing, maybe he did it. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh man.
Right? Can you
This is
imagine
fucking
having that over your
depressing.
fucking relationship? Especially if you didn't do it? Like, so now his life is objectively fucked forever,
Yeah.
at least partly, because of this accusation. And hers appears to be fucking fine.
Yeah, just fine. Everything.
You know,
well,
so-
she's gonna honestly, her doing all of this and pushing this is gonna give her some backfire.
Oh, yeah.
So she's gonna feel some consequences.
Yeah,
but
no, she's never gonna.
she created the consequences.
She's never gonna hear the end of "you're a lying bitch" from now on for
Like,
the rest of her life.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes you like hope that it is true in a
Well,
weird
okay,
way. You
part
know,
of me
like,
hopes that this is weird.
Yeah.
I would like it if nobody got sexually assaulted.
yes.
Part of me wants her to be right about the fact that it happened, but she's wrong about who did it because she was so drunk she can't remember.
Yeah.
Because at least then she's not just a fucking conniving
Oh,
bitch.
yeah, that's true. That
You know what I
actually
mean?
does
That
kind
can-
of
it allows-
solve everything.
It allows
Yeah.
me to retain some faith in fucking humans
Yeah.
because at
Wow.
least that way, you know, if these other two guys that came forward really are the guys that groped her up,
Right.
then then I can still have sympathy for her that something bad happened to her, and know that this guy deserves to get this job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, it's really weird. Based on the narrative I heard, like, I don't know, too much time. Kavanaugh's an old fucking man.
yeah.
Like, we have no way of identifying whether or not he's the person that's being depicted there.
No.
Whether or not he did it.
No.
You know, like, it's... Like,
And she
maybe he
said,
got shamed for it the next week and changed his life completely. Like, we don't know the difference.
Yeah.
If he's a dude bro at 72, you sure, punch him in the face. It just doesn't appear to be that way.
Yeah.
It appears that he's a conservative.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what's really going on
And he has a really
here.
good reputation as a judge.
Right, I've heard fond things. I know
Yeah.
that he doesn't like Roe v. Wade or partially or something. Or
Yeah,
but
no.
that's the point of a conservative judge, you cuckolds.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
you can't have a conservative judge who just loves aborting babies. It's
Yeah,
not gonna
no.
happen.
No.
Adjust your expectations, you fucks.
Yeah.
Just adjust them just a bit. Every time a conservative comes up to a liberal, it's like, oh, that fucking racist and stop.
I just realized you had a fucking tiki torch on the back.
Yeah, because she's a survivor. All right. So, fuck, I was so edgy on that. So angry. I'm not that mad about it, but it's.
Well,
it's
it's fascinating to
It
watch
is.
this
It's
happen
interesting.
because at what point are we gonna figure out a way to actually deal with this stuff
Yep.
that makes sense?
Yep.
And it's
Well, and when are people just going to start being legit?
I
you know?
still can't. I keep giggling to myself about the fact that Amy Schumer was at the protests. About
Oh yeah,
this.
so I guess she got policed. Amy Schumer is one of the 304 people who got policed.
Oh God, I hope they tased her.
I just want to know.
I don't think they did, but I wish they did.
I guess the reason that she allowed herself to be policed is because of this Kavanaugh being put into the thing, and she doesn't like that.
Yeah.
So I really hope if Kavanaugh gets this, that he actually does something harmful, because then she kind of would have been policed for nothing. You know, like, it just seems like this is like a...
No, fuck her. I don't care.
Like, it just really seems like this is like a,
No,
we don't
fuck
know
her.
how it's going to play out, but we can't allow it.
She's
you
been
know?
riding the fucking feminist train since
Oh, yeah,
it
no,
started
totally,
being
fuck her.
financially good for her.
Totally
so.
fuck her. I'm just looking at the decisions these people are making. Like, if I'm going to get arrested If I'm going to subject myself to the police system, the corrupt, fucked police system that hates me, I'm just pretending to be one of these people, right?
Yeah.
If I'm going to subject, it better be for something good. Like, there better be some motherfuckers, like, being fucking harangued or some shit. Like, it has to be good, man. Like, it's just for a virtue signal to prevent one guy from getting into a group, you know? Like,
no, she thinks that she's
saving the world? Does she think she's saving the country?
Okay, actually,
America?
I can't read minds, right? I don't.
If I'm going to get arrested, I'm saving the country or somebody I love personally. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
What else would you get arrested for?
Virtue signaling.
To make a fucking point?
Yeah, people are stupid, bro.
No, I'm asking you as a person.
Me?
You know? Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
Why? Why is
these
it?
people are fucking vapid idiots.
Like, it doesn't.
People like Amy Schumer.
Like, I would never want to live in a world where the number of people who get arrested influences a decision. So it's never going to make a difference. In an ideal world, it should not make a difference.
I don't think it ever has.
There's a fact that goes behind it that you have to check. Are these people getting arrested for a good reason?
Nobody
Let's
cared
look
about the
into
hippies
this.
getting arrested until the cops shot a bunch of them.
And there's kind of the thing, is it's almost like they're just waiting, they're trying to bait a disproportionate response and then use that to levy the next issue.
Well, I think they are.
And
I
I can't take it anymore, man. I'm burnt out. Kind of makes me want to go become an American.
You're burnt
and
out.
Fucking vote.
You need better help.
I need. Oh, okay. So yeah, we had sanity juice. Let's do a little plug for sanity
Yeah,
juice.
sanity juice.
The boogie thing.
We'll do a plug for sanity juice. Go over the boogie thing, and then we'll take an intermission.
Do you want to take the intermission first?
No.
No. Okay. So yeah, because the boogie thing's really cool. I kind of like, because we don't have any watchers.
No.
So
Not live watchers.
But Boogie was saying, like, man, why don't people fucking just ask me questions? Like, why don't people just come to me? I kind of want to talk to Boogie.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fucking hilarious.
Boogie, if you hear this,
we really want you, man.
yeah, you need to come talk to us.
That'd be cool. I would love
Yeah.
to chat with him.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, like, I don't mind admitting, like, I don't really watch Boogie, but
No.
every time I see him interact with other people, it's kind of some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like,
I've only seen the one where he shit on V on the kill stream.
Well, watching, I saw
it
some
was pretty
stuff
good.
about him and Anita, you know, when that
Oh
whole
yeah,
thing,
I remember. Yeah, somebody else did a video on her harassing him.
And from the perspective, like, just look back, like, he was sitting beside Anita Sarkeesian on a panel.
Yeah.
So that sets a certain expectation of him.
Yeah.
But then when he starts talking, he's almost like he loves the Ralph retort, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, maybe, like, just like us? I don't even know,
I don't know.
you know? I don't
think-
know. He just different interests, you know?
I
Just-
do. Well, I think he is more in the center of the spectrum than to the left or the right.
Yeah, it seems like it, definitely.
He just seems like he's a guy who just wants to fucking play video games and talk about them. He's not super interested in politics. He talks about mental health because he struggles with it, but other than that,
The way he took the kill stream thing, the BetterHelp thing on the chin though was very
It was very
impressive.
good.
I
Yeah.
found him. His takedown of V was so
It was
fun.
beautiful.
I love just having
V was trying so hard to be Mr. Medicare.
I know. He was trying to gym him.
He was trying to gym him.
He was trying to point out like weird behavior and bant a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's with V. It sounds like when he like leaves a thing trailing off, like it sounds like the implications are way bigger than they really are.
Yeah.
And so it gave Boogie the chance to just be like, "Come on, V, I'm a human being. Like,
Yeah.
of course I reacted this way to that."
Yeah.
And he's schooled.
But no, like really, is V a robot that has never interacted with a human? He's
That's
like,
what I'm starting to
he's
think,
like, but
man.
I heard that you are yelling at him on the phone, and then right after that, you are telling everyone that he was your best friend on the tweeter.
On the tweeter.
And it's like, are you a fucking idiot? Have you never yelled at or even like fucking punched one of your friends, got in a fist fight with one of your friends, and then
he must be the kind of person who, when he doesn't like something, he
well, he's a
doesn't
fur-
like it, man.
He's an ex-fur fag, quote unquote ex. And no, what did he say? He's a scaly.
What is that?
It's a fur fag, but you're a lizard instead of a
Oh
fucking...
no, he's
Yeah.
he's really
Yeah, he was. He said he was. He's not
Really?
anymore, according to him. But yeah.
really
How did you miss that? That came up on the...
that they said it. See,
there was another stream where he talked about it.
I-
He
ah.
told them he had insiders in the furry community. He could help them spy on the furry community. But yeah, he was like, he wouldn't say what his scale fursona was.
Right.
But he was a scaly furry. He was a scaly.
That's so insane.
He was a dragon. I think he's a dragon.
Fucking insane, man. I love that shit. You gotta. I mean, furries. You can't really. Now it's got a connotation. But
well, it always did.
Yeah,
I think that's
no. It's got a very unique connotation.
Jim
now.
brought up the bronies. He said that he's like, I think the bronies were so fucking cancerous that they took all the attention away from the furries. Because people were starting like that song that he played on the Kill the
sweet metal song.
Yeah, that's old.
Right. Yeah,
that's old.
It sounded like
people were starting to get riled up about the furries. Like the lynch mob was forming, and then the bronies came out, and people were like, "Wait a minute,
stop!
You're 21 years old. You watch My Little Pony, and you have My Little Pony posters all over your room. This has to be some kind of pedophilia thing.
Friendship is magic, bro."
Oh.
But yeah, Boogie. I don't know how to talk to him directly. It'd be hilarious to talk to him though. I'm really curious.
I'll just send him a message on his communications on his channel and be like, "Yo, we have this channel live stream that no one watches. Can you come on and talk to us?"
Have some fun. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting because all those people, all the YouTubers, they're such interesting cats. You know, like almost all of them. They have like they're peoples. You know, they have their own shit going on. And to watch the way that like just to watch Boogie on the kill stream, right? And it like. Shit gets really weird, and he starts hearing the super chats come in and stuff like that, and it all starts to come together. They're like, it's really cancerous tonight. What's going on? And then it's like, oh my god, you know.
The only
really
thing
funny.
the only thing I really don't like about the kill stream is their chat.
Yeah,
it's really cringy how much fucking anti-Semitism there is in their chat.
Yeah, that's kind of like.
That's like the one thing that I can't get on board with these people. Like, and I mean, there's other things. There are a lot of their political views I'm not aligned with.
Yeah.
But they seem like people I could hang out with.
Yeah.
But not their chat. Like, there's so many people in there. They have this one guy that calls in every night almost, and he's always drunk, and he can't get through a sentence without bringing up the pointy-nosed people or, you know, whatever. And it's just like... I can't tell how many of them are doing it because they're trying to be edgy trolls.
Yeah, it's like ironic.
And how many of them really hate Jews.
I've been wrestling with that question.
And I feel the same way about anti-Semitism as I do about any kind of racism, whether it's against whites, blacks, anyone, right? Like, I don't like it when people categorize me because I'm a white, straight man.
Yeah.
So I don't categorize people based on their size of their nose or how dark their skin is.
But the jokes are fucking hilarious. You know,
like, they're funny. Yeah, they're funny. Like, I can't get over the, we require more Vespian gas. Like, I could hear that over and over again. It's fucking hilarious. Because it's a new way that I've heard that meme being used.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to be honest. I like Jewish girls.
Well, that's the thing is I don't know what the Jewish problem is. And so I don't, you know, like...
They're successful.
Yeah.
On average.
That sounds a lot like what the SJWs are doing. But it also... The thing is like a lot of those people take that on because that's the persona that's applied to them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a Nazi. Okay,
you know
so
what,
I must hate Jews.
This,
you know, like
no, this actually... I think this comes back to what we were talking about before, about people refusing to accept responsibility for their shit. Like, instead, like when I see... Even if, okay, so let's just pretend for a second. I'm going to play devil's advocate. There is absolutely, I'm, again, pretending here. For sure, there's a Jewish conspiracy. They control the world through the media.
Right.
All I think is, A, props to them for winning the system.
Yeah.
And B, I need to be more like them and work harder to be that successful. So, where the anti-Semites come in, they're like, I don't want to do those things to be successful, and you're just taking away some of my pie, so fuck you.
It's kind of like the cancer that I'm trying to kill right now, where it's like, oh, I can't win, the system's rigged, and so I give up.
Yeah.
Well, no, find a way to re-rig the system.
Yeah.
You have to.
Or just learn how they rigged it and do the same thing.
Yeah. Or, go to Israel and fucking...
But then they'll be like, well, I don't have the nepotism. I didn't get brought into a family full of old money. And it's like, well...
that means you got to work harder.
Yeah, and at some point, if you go back down the line far enough, one of them had to start from nothing.
Yeah.
So be that person in your family lineage that starts from nothing and fucking leaves shit for the rest of your family.
That's 100% right
Be
there.
that person instead of being a faggot that just hates people because of their descent. You know what I mean? Like,
brought to you by Sanity Juice.
Sanity Juice.
Are we ready for intermission?
Yeah, it's intermission time.
Let's intermish. We'll be like a few minutes. All right, we're back or returning. Half and half. Steve, scream from there. That's Steve, probably. Fuck you. Bill, Ted, and Bob.
Ah, whatever. Nobody fucking knows who Steve is.
Steve? Who is Steve?
Steve is HereC Sharp.
You're Steve. And I'm gonna be Mike. Anyways. So, what's this about the youngins?
Okay, well,
Tell me all about the youngins.
I've got my stream beer. It's time to get a little bit positive.
We're getting paused?
We're getting not.
Let's pause up this stream.
Oh fuck, we're gonna
Let's pause it up.
about to run the train.
You got a toothbrush?
Oh god.
In my anus?
No. All
My
right.
anus. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
So the young people.
I talk to a lot of 18 to 20-year-olds. They're in the same place as us on this shit.
Okay.
And it gives me some hope for the future. I know there's a lot of them too that are like reading about communism and being Antifa dicks, but it seems to me that most of the young people I talk to, I work with some young people, go to school with some young people, and they're all pretty much on. They're all shitlords and they don't know it.
Yes.
Like
yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
If you tell them. A lot of them don't know about any of this stuff because they're not idiots like us, and they actually spend their time making their lives good instead of paying attention to this stuff, which is the secret sauce.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
But if I talk to them about this stuff, they always end up falling on my side.
Right.
And pretty much, I had one run-in with a guy who was Antifa type. I told him communism was shit and that capitalism was the way. And he told me he was going to murder me. But he's indoctrinated, right? Like I even I stood and I talked to him for a while, and there was an olive branch, and he doesn't see me as a fascist piece of shit anymore. And I still think he's kind of dumb, but I don't see him as a dangerous communist lunatic anymore.
I feel like those people are kind of responsible for creating the normie shitlord effect.
Yeah.
You know? Like
They are.
They see that and it's like, oh, that's one thing I shouldn't be.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody wants to be this guy.
That's why I think it's really important what the trolls do, because they often bring the crazy to light that exists within. Like, as soon as we opened up this better health thing, better shit, just take your sanity juice. You don't need to worry about paying therapists. Don't worry about it. It's just water. Just drink water. That's all you got to do, and you're good. Just stop.
I prefer Rickard's Red.
Rickard's Red will do it too, but
that's my sanity juice.
That creates a different kind of sanity. You got to be careful with that sanity.
Yeah.
That's what would you call unrestrained sanity?
Yeah, I'm not much. Yeah. I'm not a heavy drinker.
Unbounded sanity beyond the bounds of reason. Anyways. The people on the left, like, we don't know them. Like, not really. Not the middle left, not the normie left, not the regular folks.
Well, no, actually, this is the thing.
That's what BetterHelp opened my eyes to.
These young people that I've been talking to, they're not conservatives.
Right. Absolutely not.
I hear a lot, you hear like Gen Z is the most conservative generation. They might be the most conservative generation, but they're still left of center. They're just conservative compared to the fucking retards. Yeah. And it's like, all of these people I've talked to, none of them are against gay marriage. None of them are against liberty. None of them are against... Most of them think it's a good idea to decriminalize drugs so that we're not paying to put fucking sick people in prison. But when they start to listen to people that are as far left as Antifa or Anita Sarkeesian or any of the other people talk, and they're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck a bunch of that.
Yep.
These people are fun-sucking losers. And... like I know so many people that are accepting of pretty much everyone, but they'll still make the odd Jewish joke, and they'll still make fucking jokes about women, and they still, stereotypes are funny. Fuck all you people that want to take my stereotype jokes away. They're fucking funny.
Oh, and it kind of blows my mind. Like, I don't really want to be friends with somebody who can't handle it if a misrepresentation of men or women or whatever comes up. Like, you should be able to amplify it and make it even worse. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no reason not to. Like, it's already... If like, shit gets weird about women or men... Like, I really want to hear more people ripping on men in a funny way.
Yeah.
Like, I want more, like, dumb guy humor. I want less of this fucking,
One thing I was going to say before the stream started, we were talking about how female comedians aren't funny.
Yeah.
And they're not.
No.
But the few times that they've made me laugh, they were making jokes about men that were accurate.
Yeah, and like a relationship context kind of stuff. Yeah.
Like when I hear people like
you're totally right.
Like Amy Schumer make jokes about men, which she doesn't actually do very often.
Mm-hmm.
She'll every once in a while drop a joke about how they're shitty, but it's like there's no reality in it, and that's what makes a joke funny. Is that little pie slice of reality, right?
Well, that reminds me of before everybody found out Louis C.K. was a monster.
Yeah,
he'd tell you about his relationships that sucked.
Yeah,
and his kids that sucked.
Yeah,
and
he was
how
always
it's
honest
totally
about how it was his fault.
Normal and awesome.
Yeah,
it's just this is what reality looks like.
Yeah,
and this is how ridiculous it is.
But it's funny because like I like there's like the dad memes.
Yeah.
But they're all made by men that are self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw there was one, and it was just a compilation of like clips of like it's like somebody who cranks the thermostat and then empties an entire tube of toothpaste into the sink. And like leaves a tape measure like all the way out. All the windows are open. It's like I guarantee you that was made by a dude.
Yep. That's funny.
Like
that's some funny shit.
Family Guy did a joke about that one time where somebody touches the thermostat, and Peter comes in from outside. He's like, "Somebody touched the thermostat," and they're like, no. And then his neighbor comes over. He's like, "I had some weird feeling. Is everything okay? Did somebody touch the thermostat?" He's like, "It's fine. Like it's like." That shit's fucking hilarious because it's true. Like, my dad, if you go into his house and you turn the temperature up by 1 degree and he hears the fucking
the furnace kick on,
kick on, he starts pacing the house. And he's like, "It's too hot in here." I'm like, "It's
20 degrees, but it feels like 20.5. I can't. No, it's got to be 20.5.
It's hilarious.
Did you fucking do that?
It's hilarious. I love that shit.
Yeah, the memes are good, man. And then the thing I think that there's been a push over the last number of years to kind of turn that into something sinister, like to make
it's toxic masculinity.
That's right. And it's kind of like a lot of the things,
especially
the
memes, thermostat thing. How dare you fucking
holy shit. Yeah
because women are cold all the time.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking on that level.
No,
I wasn't thinking. No, holy fuck.
No, but like it's true.
Sexist thermostats.
Yeah, sexist thermostats.
Whoa.
Right? And it's not that dad wants to save money on the heating bill. It's that he likes it when his wife is freezing. It's the oppression.
That's right.
He gets
it's a power.
He gets a boner
it's a power
from watching
kick.
his wife shiver in 3 sweatshirts.
Yeah. He
and
just
2
likes
blankets.
telling her what to do and how to feel.
Yeah.
What a demon.
It's not that he wants to save money so he can take her on a fucking sweet vacation to celebrate their anniversary.
Or, to the comic effect to save the 45 cents for running the heater for an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
no,
awesome.
it's because he wants them to be suffering and cold, and he likes it when their nipples are pointy.
And it's just another
it's all gross,
toxic
shit,
masculinity,
right? Like
toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Fuck. We just unraveled a conspiracy. God damn.
Yeah.
No, it is a funny thing though, because it's kind of neutering your female comedians. Like it's ironic that like their culture is giving them these gross misrepresentations.
Yeah.
And they're trying to turn it into jokes when it's like, no, just go to the real stuff and make a joke about that.
Yeah.
You have to be ironically
like you could make a super meta
stuff.
joke if a female comedian went up stage and made a joke out of what I just said, basically.
Exactly.
I'd fucking die.
Yeah.
Like, like if she went up there and ironically was just like, it's not that he wants to save money. He wants me to suffer.
Yeah. Like this deranged feminist act would be amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I could get on board. I think part of the problem is maybe I just can't tell. I don't know what's what.
Well, I think part of the problem is that as a woman, if you go up and you do an act that makes fun of this kind of stuff, you'll be ostracized by the other women around you a lot of the time.
You can't be doing that.
So,
More centrist, man.
And I think on average, men care less about what other people think about what they say.
Oh, it's... Yeah.
I can handle even one of my friends being like, dude, that was fucked up, and being serious about it. And I'll just be like, get over it, you pussy.
Well, look at dad memes versus mom memes.
Have you seen any mom memes?
Well, I think the idea
I haven't
is
seen any mom memes.
The single mom is a superhero, even though everything's falling apart all around
those
her.
memes,
like they're like champions always for some reason.
Yeah, even though everything's falling apart.
Yeah, it's weird, but that's what happens. Is you read it and you're like, I'm a superhero because a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'm okay with it.
But it's funny because then you'll even see these like single dads and they're doing it better.
Well, yeah, that's why they're like, I have
like,
no clue what's fucking going on.
He's got like 8 babies strapped to him, and he's like driving the van, fucking.
But all the kids have socks on their ears. It's, you know, it's something ridiculous, you know.
Yeah.
Or taking the man meme and trying to apply it to bait. Wasn't there like an Arnold thing or something, like
maybe
the cop or I can't remember. But yeah, it's like super serious. Like the kids are machine guns and you're shooting them or whatever, you know. Like it's just good memes. But a lot of the, I think women's attempt at humor. Like I had a grandmother. And when she was being funny, she was actually destroying your self-esteem and propping up somebody she liked better than you. You know, like that kind of, or propping herself up. Yeah. You know, like, I just, it's like a need, you know, I got to come out of this looking good. Yeah. You know?
There was a family member that I had, she was an older woman. And she was fucking hilarious. Mm-hmm. But she kind of acted like a dude. Like she was just always shitting on people and telling people like, in a non-serious way, right. But like the more serious she got, the funnier she was. Like she would just, but she was also pretty fucking conservative and she was not politically correct at all.
And you can't have that sensibility.
Like
you can't.
You'd finish a beer and she'd be like, "You need another one?" I'd be like, "No, I'm good." She'd be like, "What are you, a faggot?"
Yeah, yeah, right out
like
of the gate.
75-year-old woman, like weighed 90 pounds if she was wet, and she would just be like, "What? You can't handle your shit? I bet you don't have any hair on your chest either." Like she'd just tear into you and everybody would be fucking dying,
and
except
that's
for
like, not caring is a very I'm not an appealing quality, we'll put it that way. You know, it's not necessarily attractive, but it's like, oh man, you just don't care, do you?
Well,
you know?
but like, see, the thing is too is like she was a very supportive woman too, though.
Well, you have to be a good person still. You can't be a bad person and not care.
I think that's the magical mixture right there. Is being a genuinely good person and acting kind of like a piece of shit. Well,
it kind of reminds me of that the gentleman in our life who watched our group of friends, I guess we'll call it, and said like, "How can you be so terrible to one another?" Yeah, you know who I'm talking about? Like, what? We're not. We're not. Fucking so close, you know, because of this. Yeah. Because what you're seeing, this banter, this fucking terrible,
it tears
ruthless,
the walls down.
That's right, man.
And if it doesn't, you don't fit in.
It's the secret sauce, man. Yeah, and that's the thing is when you see your buddy gets triggered over some bullshit, you just start sanding that fucking edge down. You're just like, fuck you then. You know what? I'm going to do it twice as hard on you. You know? You're not going to see the end until you get better. Yeah. You know? And that's a big thing. I think even women have that equivalent. Like, I had to stop her and give her the talk or whatever, you know? It's like, you gotta be able to hold people accountable to one another. And if you're just dancing around, it's bullshit. You're bullshitting yourself and your friends, you know? It's a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Well, it's just fake. It's fake. If you're just, you know...
No wonder you gotta go online and yell at hookers, you know? Because you're not speaking your mind with your friends. Yeah. You know? You gotta find it somewhere else.
Yeah. Fiverr.com. $13 to pay a girl to play Fortnite with you.
So let's open up the fucking thirst then. Yeah. Because this is the other thing with the young men out there.
The thirst is painful, dude.
The thirst is so painful to watch. Like, Fiverr. What is Fiverr? Do you know what? Like, is it just like a...
I'm not 100% sure, but as far as I know, it's got lots of stuff on it. The Fiverr guys are who PewDiePie got in trouble for because he paid them $5 to hold up the gas all the Jews.
Right. So it's like I'll do things for money kind of thing.
Yeah, for really small amounts of money. Right. And I mean, again, I want to applaud these girls on this site that are like...
It's amazingly industrious.
They've got some business acumen, man. They're like, okay, I can take a kind of sexy picture of myself, show some cleave, and get these thirsty motherfuckers to pay me $13 a pop to play Fortnite with them for an hour.
And this is something, again,
but that's sad.
We're not victims of a conspiracy. I'm talking to my fellow young men. We're not victims of a conspiracy. You guys are fucking up. Yeah. It's all your fault. It's all your fucking fault. You're too thirsty. You got to wake up.
You're never going to find a woman that actually wants to be around you if you're that thirsty.
This is the prime example. I've done this a few times now. Just imagine meeting one of these women years later down the road. Imagine meeting their friends. Imagine a girl you're dating is friends with her. Do you think she's going to give you a great review? Like, no, that guy paid me to play a video game with them. Yeah. It's not, it doesn't look good, man. You're not, it's not a good relationship.
And it's not even just it doesn't just look bad in this potential hypothetical situation where you end up trying to date a woman that knows this person or is this person.
Right. That it's just a reflection of what is going on.
A little bit of respect for guys when I see them participate in these things.
Yes. You're kind of
Like,
selling yourself way short.
Yeah.
No matter who you are. Like, it doesn't matter if you're the most fucking...
Play fucking Fortnite for 2 hours until a girl rando ends up in your team. Friend her and say, hey, I liked playing with you. Let's do it again sometime.
Try it.
Like, what the fuck?
You're throwing your money into
Why are you paying? And this is the thing. It'd be different if there was no picture and it was just, you didn't even know if it was a girl. It's just to say, hey, I'm a coach. I'll charge you $13 to help you get good at Fortnite.
Yep.
But when you look at this ad and it's this girl and she's lying on her bed with her arms above her head with a low-cut top on and she's like winking and it's like, oh, $13. I'll teach you how to play Fortnite. No, don't fucking click it. Don't even be on that page. What are you doing with your fucking life? Like,
look, man, your value,
dude, it's the same as fucking paying a hooker for sex, but you're not getting laid.
yeah, no, that's the thing, is you're not quenching your fucking thirst.
It's equal shame, less payout.
no quench. It's actually worse than hookers.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this
It
earlier.
is. It's worse than hookers. Yeah.
It's worse than hookers, guys.
It's safer,
I guess.
but it's like,
I just, as soon as you become the guy that pays for companionship, like it's like you can't go
Yeah.
back. Like
Yeah.
you got, like, as soon as you do that.
actually, it's a digital escort service.
Yeah,
It's a digital escort
digital
service.
escort service that isn't just a cover for sex.
I either
you know,
can't get a date or refuse to try to get a date, so I'm going to pay to get a date. But you're paying for a date in a video game. Gross.
And you're
It's
making our women worse, dude. You're making
Yeah.
them think that they can just use men
Yeah.
for dollars, man, and that's the way it works.
Well,
It's
they can.
true.
They
but
can.
this
It's
is
already too late.
nonsense. This is fucking bullshit. Go learn how to do something and impress someone.
Yeah.
Go gain someone's respect.
Like, this is worse than cam girls.
It
Like,
is.
You're not even
It's-
fucking...
And cam girls are bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. Like, cause they're just, again, they're pretending to friend you because you're gonna pay them, dude.
Yeah.
Like, just
You throw them $500, they wink at you.
don't act like that's okay. You can't act like
No.
that's okay. You're just throwing away the fact that you have any kind of value at all, or that you could.
Yeah.
Wash your balls every day.
Yeah, wash your goddamn balls.
Just start washing your balls and building value. If you're paying people to play a game with them because they're a female and their voice is going to sound a little different, you got to get some value, bro. You got to learn how to do something. You got to learn how to do anything.
Yeah.
Get a tutorial going.
Yeah.
Get in fucking school. Something, man. I'm not here to give you all the answers, but you're not finding them yourself.
Like, for fuck's sakes, build a fucking sculpture.
Anything.
Finger paint, motherfucker.
Write some depressing music about how lonely you are.
Yeah, it's still
fucking
better.
anything.
Yeah.
Just stop
Now, see,
asking women
you
to
just
validate you.
You just made me realize something. I have more respect for the band Good Charlotte than people who fucking buy into this
motherfucker?
stuff.
They found a way to get laid.
Yeah. By being
They
whiny
solved the
bitches,
problem.
but it was still fucking better than this.
How many of these guys will think that Good Charlotte are a bunch of pussies, and they
Right.
don't realize that they're 10 times the puss?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
it's just, I'm just telling you guys, man, you gotta fucking, like, that woman isn't gonna be there when important shit is happening.
Yeah.
Okay? Like that.
And then there'll be the excuses. Well, I just want someone to play Fortnite with. There's a system baked into the game where random people play with
it's
you.
totally crazy, and it's not. You're not like getting anywhere. You're spinning your wheels. You're spending money to do something that's free. You're fucking. You're inversely affecting the amount of respect that you deserve. Like, you're literally selling yourself short. You're cashing in your chips, man.
Yeah.
And you're just playing Fortnite. That's the other thing that just
Pull
kinda,
up the website. Pull up Fiverr.
Yeah, let's get
People
some
need to
Fiverr
see
going.
how bad this is. Cause it's, and I want to see what else is on there. I want to see if there's anything even worse.
Oh God.
I want to, cause there has to be. There has to be more cancerous shit.
Fiverr. Oh yes. Is this it? Fiverr.
Yeah.
I just clicked an ad, so congrats, Google, you win.
So it's a service marketplace.
So, like, what would you do? Like,
Fortnite coaches, Fortnite girls.
Fortnite girl gamer.
Oh my
Look
God.
At that. Well, at least it's number 3 or 4 or whatever.
At least it's not number 1.
Okay. Oh, these are all pros. Look at this.
No, this isn't the page he was on. They were all pictures of girls.
Yeah, look at number 1.
What is, you got filters on the side there.
Do I?
Yeah.
Man, how did he get into it?
I don't know. See, this is what I mean. He had to look hard to get this. Like, this is.
What?
Okay, maybe go into the search. There was
Yo, wait. I think he. Oh,
Girl gamer.
no, I can do it. He sent me links.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it's not going to show my.
Yeah,
Discord.
don't pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, he can't see it. No, it's only the one window.
good.
They can't see it. The internets can't.
Yeah, I don't.
Everybody's private.
I kind of want to throw him under the bus, but I don't.
No, yeah, he doesn't even
It's
deserve
not
to go
fair,
into this.
yeah.
Here's a Fiverr link. It won't even open the tab in my nice.
No, that's
Stream
one of the
window.
less cancerous ones.
Is it?
Yeah, that was just to play a racing game, and I don't believe it.
Oh, yeah, because he was talking to me about that too.
Yeah.
And that was another thing is that what was he trying to do with like this is what I find funny is that like these people those find all these justifications. It's like, oh, it's not about like getting some attention from a girl. No, I want to friggin' I just want to get better at the game or
Yeah.
and it's like, huh, that's interesting.
Yes. Okay. So
Yeah.
then, why is every single thumbnail on the page you're on a girl trying to look as sexy as humanly
What the
possible?
fuck is this? It looks like a kid now.
Oh,
that's
that's some funny shit.
Yeah,
that he
so
found.
no, he was linking me the ones that weren't.
Yeah, he wasn't
women's.
linking you the embarrassing
Damn
shit.
it. I don't know where to get him from.
Okay, we'll go back to the search on there.
Yeah, let's get on.
We
Let's
gotta
do
find
this.
this because it's fucking pathetic. Gamer girls. Try gamer girls.
Girl gamer. Bam.
What the fuck?
Advance your gameplay.
It was all pictures, like slutty pictures.
There must be a, you know, like it's like YouTube. You don't get onto the alt-right shit right away.
Well, so you think that stuff was showing up because he spends a lot of time looking through
I'm
it?
guessing, because here's your prime
Well,
example.
yeah, there's-
Look, that's the Fortnite dude, though. I'm really confused.
It's a trap!
My name is Miley.
It's a trap!
I have over 150 wins. That doesn't sound impressive.
That's not really that impressive.
I'm not sure. I don't know anything about this shit. Oh, that's the same one. What?
Maybe just go to Google and just type in Fiverr Fortnite sluts.
Do they use the term thought to describe themselves?
They are.
Find thought. I need a thought. Noob to pro. Noob to pro. Yo, actually, that's the other thing that I heard a ton about, though, and that's probably what's going on here in addition. This is like a thing, like, parents will put their kids into this, eh? Like, this is like guitar lessons. Fortnite coaching? It's like
No.
guitar lessons. To be popular, yeah.
No, don't
Yeah.
tell me this.
No, it's legit.
So, like, parents are trying to help their kids become pro gamers, is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, maybe they saw that ninja guy on the news saying that he makes, like, fucking $500,000 a month, and they were like, okay, maybe we should get them into this.
Sources, time. As much as $50 an hour.
What?
Yeah. Here we got the Guardian.
The coaches get paid
Look
up
at
to
that
$50 an hour?
mustachio. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
dude.
fake mustache.
There's a pressure not just to play it, but to be really good at it. You can imagine what it's like for him at school. A project manager with a 10-year-old son. You can imagine what it was like for him in school. No, I can't.
No, I can't.
I can't even begin to imagine. Like, I can't even begin to imagine how you have put your son in a position where he thinks he needs lessons to get good at a video game to have friends. You know what I mean? What happened, man? What the fuck happened? You used to just set them and forget them.
Yeah.
You know, just fucking go. Off you
Yeah.
go. What's that? Is that some kind of a video game? Wow, you're pretty good at it because you figured it out all by yourself.
See, I remember being
You know?
making friends with kids in elementary school because we liked the same video games, but it never mattered if we were good at them.
Right. Well, and you compete or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
dude, it wasn't a fucking thing. Like, it was for you and your friends. It wasn't
Yeah.
a thing that you took lessons to get good at and become an ace at.
No.
You practiced to get good.
Yeah.
That's how you get good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm at a loss, man. Let's all calm down about Polygon being the voice of reason.
Oh, fuck you, Polygon.
That's fucking interesting.
Polygon is fucking AIDS.
Well, that's an obvious take, though, right? Like, this is cancer. But, man, when are we gonna just, like, chill the fuck out?
I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
You think so?
Yeah. Do you see the trend slowing down? Or do you see it accelerating? I just found out that parents are paying $50 an hour to have their kids trained at Fortnite.
Yeah, dude.
That's an escalation. That's not a fucking toning down.
I mean, like, there's one part of me that thinks that, you know, guitar was a thing that kids would get lessons for, you know, so video games are like this new modern, and now there's professional video games, yeah, so...
I mean, I guess it's a real job now, but most of them retire by the time they're 21 because you physically can't compete with the reflexes of a 16-year-old when you're 30.
Actually, this opens up another door. what is with like life as a service nowadays? You know what I mean? Like I'm seeing it a lot. Like I'm seeing like the girls playing Fortnite with you.
Yeah.
You
Well, that
have
whole website.
you have learn how to play Fortnite good. Video games, a classic domain. Like video games were a classic domain where kids owned it.
Yeah.
You know, the parent bought you the game and then, but now because I play games,
Yeah.
I'm teaching my kid how to play games.
Yeah.
And it's backwards.
Yeah.
You know, so I think we gotta fucking calm down with that and let kids dominate their realm again.
Yeah.
You know, because I think a lot of parents are trying to make their kid like a super something to fuck with all the other kids. You know,
Right.
like they want to have the best version
Yeah.
of the kid, and so they're sticking them with all these, but it's setting their expectations to just like this unbelievable level.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand the therapy thing. Like I don't understand the normalized therapy thing. I don't understand this anxiety talk now. Like everybody experiences anxiety, so everybody's got a story now, and we're blaming all these things on anxiety. Like all these things. I'm fucking scared, man, because I came out of a place where I used to blame all my shit on anxiety.
Yeah.
And I but I found sources. Hey, look, there's a master poster. No, you cannot. Anyways, that's some interesting shit,
We got somebody watching us?
apparently. But
Holy
it's like,
fuck.
It's like Chinese, dude. Look.
Welcome to the
Dude,
to the stream.
can I post here? They're probably going to post like a bunch of fucking like...
You can post whatever you want unless it's advertising
It's
for
gonna be
somebody else or
advertising.
spam.
But why would you ask if you're an advertiser? Why don't you just advertise?
I don't know.
I feel like there's just going to be like a massive dick or something.
If you do anything cancerous,
They're probably dead now.
yeah, they're probably
They're
dead now.
gone. They got cancer already.
Why would they not? What does that say? The first one makes me ponder.
I'm not sure. That's a name.
Hey there, my name is
We got a ASL.
ASL.
Yeah, that's what we got there. Hi, my name is ASL. Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what ASL is?
No.
Age, sex, location.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
My name is Bilbo Baggins. I'm 280 years old, and I'm located in the center of the earth, the hollow earth.
Huh.
Anyways, totally derailed that shit.
Yeah.
What were we
Anyways.
talking about? Oh, yeah, life as a service.
Yeah.
BetterHelp. BetterHelp is...
What was
like,
the other one that they were talking about? I think the other one's more sinister than BetterHelp. Harmful Opinions brought it up.
Was
on
it the
one of-
free one?
Yeah. No. It might be free, but it's an app, and it's it reminds me of, it's like Candid, but for mental health.
Right. That
And it seems to be designed to target young people who are really depressed to make them buy shit.
It scares me because anxiety, people have troubles talking to people.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
But
you
I mean,
know?
for your initial premise here, like everything is going to become a service.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like. The BetterHelp reminds me of half decent friendship, not guaranteed, for a ton of money. You know, just having somebody you can vent to, and they'll be like, "Yeah, dude, you're normal. Don't worry. Go
Yeah.
away." You know, just
Yeah.
calm down a little bit. No, that's not the nuance of it, but it's active listening. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
but it's also a crutch that will stop that person from actually reaching out to a real human
and
being.
making real friends.
Yeah.
And also the therapist, it's in their best interest to not give them the tools they need.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it's in their best interest to keep them dependent.
Yeah, well,
on
apparently
the
they get
weekly
paid
good
by
feel.
per word up to a certain point.
Yeah, I just...
They don't know what the point is.
How could it not be a cancerous relationship, you know? And then again...
Well,
like,
it's monetizing fucking mental health. So
yeah. And also, you're anxious? You feel anxious? Oh, guess what? You have a mental health problem and you need a therapist. You need
Yeah.
a therapist to talk about that anxiety. It's normal for every kid to experience anxiety.
Yeah.
Every kid will experience it.
Yeah.
We were talking about this with the drug cycle. If you take drugs to stop your anxiety and your boss yells at you, are you going to go and get your prescription increased because you felt really anxious when your boss, you know what I mean? Like if you train anxiety out as an alien thing instead of a normal thing.
yeah, it's a normal emotion.
Once you get past that cognitive behavioral thing, once you get into the realm of I need drugs to make my anxiety a thing, you know, it kind of scares me because I'm realizing now that the less emphasis I put on my anxiety and the more emphasis I put on myself,
Yeah.
the anxiety language disappeared.
Yeah.
And the anxiety disappeared.
Yeah.
You know, like I can do things that I just never thought would be possible
Yeah.
now. And it's only because I took a fucking personal responsibility
Yeah.
route.
Yeah.
And I don't see how you could possibly get any better if you've always got anxiety.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're always thinking like you have this condition called anxiety.
Yeah.
And there are people that are like way more anxious, right? There's totally people that maybe need I don't know. I just don't know.
Oh, there's absolutely people who need like Xanax or clonazepam or whatever.
I think if you gave me a 2-year-old, I could make them that anxious. You know,
Yeah.
like I could make a person that anxious.
But see, that's the thing is I think there's like a certain point of no return, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Or
something akin to it, at least.
If a person's been fucked so much mentally that they just don't have the tools to calm themselves down anymore.
But man, like you could just have 2 months where you meet somebody who just changes your perspective.
Yeah.
And that could be the opening. It's not going to happen then and there.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think for me, like that whole MRA kick, the anti-feminist thing.
Yeah.
Those people, because they were addressing feminists who are like no personal responsibility. Yeah. They instilled in me a high sense of personal responsibility. Yeah. The Jordan Peterson thing is all personal responsibility.
Yeah. I experienced a decrease in like general anxiety in my life by exposing myself to people like that as well.
And what's the story that Peterson claims moves him the most is when people say I was going to fucking kill myself.
Yeah.
And you took me back from the ledge.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about not Peterson.
Yeah.
But the ideas that make up my brain now.
I was pretty close to the ledge when I started watching all of this fucking online social justice stuff, and I immediately was confronted with this, do I want to be these people or do I want to be not these people? Yep. And when you realize what makes them who they are, and it's lack of personal responsibility, capitulating to every emotional state that you experience, you start to think, okay, I don't want to be like that. So like, maybe you start to have an anxiety attack, but instead of just being like, oh, that's it, my day's over, I can't do anything now.
Shut her down. Yeah.
No, you push yourself into the thing that's making you anxious.
That's right.
And you realize it's not going to fucking kill you.
That's fucking right, man.
And you start to calm down. You might have a headache for a couple hours and feel kind of shaky, but you don't die. You fucking continue on with your life. And you're a better person for it after it's over.
Susan says, don't get scared, get angry. You got to start taking your fucking feelings and doing things with them. That's something I'm trying to learn to do is rechannel, if you're fucking thirsty and you're lonely, go get good at something.
Yeah.
Go do something that's going to make you feel, not that's going to make you feel the pussy. It's going to make you feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
Redirect. Don't just fucking feed yourself.
That makes you a more attractive person.
That's right.
Nobody's attracted to a person that's sitting in the corner crying because they fucking can't get on with life because it's just too hard.
And they think it's going to work. This is little kid level shit. That's little kid level shit.
And if they do it, if they stay that kind of person, that just broken, fucking sad, thirsty person, and they do, fucking God forbid they do find someone to have a relationship with, it's gonna be the most toxic, fucking harmful relationship that they could possibly find.
Yep. And the truth is, like, relationships, they're very pointless unless you're looking at them from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Like, raising kids is a big point to them. But everything else is just a bunch of bullshit that'll get you diseased. It'll get your life ruined. It'll get, it basically boils down to sex. On a basic level, companionship and sex. It's cool. Like, everybody loves it.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful with it. It's like fire, man. You're fucking playing with fire.
Yeah.
And you can't light a fire while you're screaming like a maniac with a can of gas in your hand. You can't be a thirsty motherfucker and just go out there and just start doing shit. You're going to fuck it up.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking from experience, like crazy whammons.
Yeah.
And...
Well, that's crazy mans gets crazy whammons. That's what happens. And I've been there too. Like, probably the most fucked up relationship I've ever had, I got into at the most fucked up point in my life.
Yeah. Yep.
And looking back on it now, if I could go back in time and jump into my body at that point in time, the only question in my head would be, why the fuck is this person interested in me right now?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here in my pajamas at fucking 3 p.m. playing video games.
That's
and guitar, I guess. No fucking prospects for the future. No fucking marketable skills. Unemployed. Like, I would have just been like, no, red flags going off.
Self-awareness.
But at that point in time, the thirst was there, And I was just like, okay, I'm just going to accept what comes my way, right? No matter what the fucking results are.
Oh, God.
And it was not worth it.
I wish I could deprogram it, man.
I mean, it was a good lesson.
Yeah, well, that you learned
But
the lesson.
It was a painful lesson.
Yeah. If you could get it before you get the thirst, like, you know what I mean? If you could identify the thirst, that's the thing that just we got to be on each other's asses for it.
Yeah.
The men's of the future, they're
Yeah.
going to have to be on each other's asses for it.
Yeah.
Because it just breaks things apart, and we don't have that network. We don't have it, man. It's through banter and stuff. I'm realizing that that's how we create it.
Yeah.
And we need it. It's a big thing. But it'll always be like unspoken, you know?
Yeah.
Which is what's fucked about it. It's good. Anyway, so there's the thirst covered.
Thirst.
It's
Thirst is dangerous.
The thirst is super dangerous, man. Young men everywhere. And young women too. That's the thing, is that like it's not like there's a female equivalent to this.
Thoughts.
Yeah, it's basically thoughtism. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
you're baiting men end to end, but you don't do any tricks.
Yeah.
Does it do
Yeah,
tricks?
you don't have any qualities that
Yeah.
are actually going to keep anyone around.
Yeah, does it do any tricks? Can it make a sandwich? You know?
Well, you had to go to the sandwich route.
Well, I had to. But that's the thing. Like, dude,
They can't. They
that's
can't.
what I'm
Women
saying.
can't cook anymore, man.
That's what I'm fucking saying, man. Is
They
that
can't.
Like, oh, this expectation that we be kitchen baby, whatever. Well, no, you have to be good at something, though.
Yeah.
You got to be
Yeah.
good at something.
Yeah.
We all do, and that's.
Yeah.
I'm saying the same thing to men.
Well, there's a double standard though. With I feel like a lot of men and women have a double standard where like men think, you know, I just deserve a woman that has some tricks, even if I'm sitting here in my boxer shorts playing Fortnite. And then women also seem to think that like I deserve a man that does tricks,
But they can.
even if I'm sitting in my pajamas, doing fuck all day and burying myself in fucking.
Almost all of them can. Even
Yeah.
unattractive thoughts exist because unattractive thirst exists.
Yeah.
You know, there's always
Yeah.
always something to meet the demand.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's a fun world. I just wish that people weren't friggin' life is a service. I just wish that wasn't happening. I wish that we didn't have to hear about people being charged money to do things that we used to just do
It's gonna get worse, bro.
to fill some time.
It's gonna get way
you know?
worse.
I'm terrified
It's
for
gonna
the
get way
life
fucking
as a
worse.
service thing. I'm terrified of it, man.
Like there's eventually gonna come a point where you'll people, unfortunate fucking souls, will be paying people to just be their friends, pretend to be their friends in real life. Like,
and if you keep like this path we're on, where like we were talking about kids not having enough time to raise children and stuff, kids are being farmed out. The raising of children's being farmed out. Everything is being farmed. Our lives are being farmed out because we are missing it all, you know. And you make more money so that you can pay more money.
honestly, I think
get all
eventually
the
the
things done.
AIs are gonna raise our kids.
Yeah, that might be ideal, honestly, given the propensity of humans to fuck shit up, like to just get all crazy and ideal. Like I don't understand why it's not a really good idea to get the reading, math, writing, science on absolute lock before you go and fill their heads with all this left-right shit. Like I don't understand why anybody wouldn't think that it'd just be.
Well, it's because partisans,
like,
partisans want their kids to be a slightly improved version of them, but not in a good way. Like I would want my children, if I ever have any, to be improved versions of me, but in functional ways, not in ideological ways.
Right, to get what I got wrong right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like then that's.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that looks like because I don't know what I have wrong, and
Certain things you do.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody does. Like it.
But you know what I mean, though. Like you kind of want them to see what you couldn't see.
Yeah.
You know, and it's impossible to project that.
Yeah.
You know.
Sometimes I think it's possible.
Don't make the mistakes that I made.
Yeah.
But that's kind of cancerous because they're not necessarily going to. You know,
No.
like it's
No.
a lot.
I think where a lot of parents make a mistake is by trying to prevent them from making the mistakes that they made before they're anywhere near those mistakes.
That's right. Yeah.
That's in big part the reason that I made some of the mistakes I made was because my parents
They prepped you to make them.
well, they acted like I was going to do it before it was even a thought in my head.
Yeah. They
And
gave you
they
the
kinda
idea
gave me the
and
idea.
then made it sexy.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Wow, eh?
Yeah. They like set up the entire, like, if you want to be a rebel, do this.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, oh, well, thanks.
Yeah.
I know exactly how to piss you off.
Yeah.
And you're starting to piss me off, so the game is afoot.
There we go.
Yeah.
Everything
and,
is there.
If I was a parent, I would wait until, I don't know, say my kid came home smelling like reefer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then I'd sit them down and I'd be like, all right, horror story time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
horror story time.
Oh, yeah. I'm never going to miss an opportunity to point out, like, examples, but just sitting there, like, lecturing or,
Yeah.
you know, if it comes up and you
Yeah.
get all virtue signal,
Well,
right?
you know, and like I'm sitting playing video games in my basement, and my mother all of a sudden just like, don't do fucking drugs.
Yeah.
I'm fucking freaking out. I'm hearing all these stories, and I'm just like, what in the fuck are you talking about,
Yeah.
woman?
You got to be careful. Like, I feel like parenting has a lot of conspiracy in it. Like, you're always, like, worried that somebody's poisoning your child or that your child is poisoned or...
But then
you
if
know.
your child picks up on the fact that you don't trust them to make the right decisions, then you
that's what
become
you have to
public
do.
enemy number one.
Yep.
Like,
So you have to take the trust angle.
yeah.
It's actually kind of strange how that works. Like, you
have to take the trust angle, but then if they fuck up,
you
and
override
breach
it
your trust,
and you inform them of it. You
Yeah.
don't show them you don't trust them. You
Yeah.
tell them you don't trust them.
Yeah.
You say, "Hey, last time you tried to do this, you fucked me. So
Yeah.
what's the reason I'm going to believe you this time, huh?"
Yeah.
And you force them to answer the question
Yeah.
instead of just like hiding the reality from
Yeah.
them, you know.
But you also can't like shit on them, their quality as a person. Like,
Right. That's
if you,
right. Yeah.
If you all of a sudden just start like throwing accusations at them that they're, you know, you hear the meme of like, you know, a 50s dad being like, you're just a fucking lazy, useless
Yep.
piece of shit, and you
Yep.
don't fucking do what
They
you're told.
already wrote their book.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, thanks. You just like, I'm gonna fulfill your
Mm-hmm.
expectations now.
Or no matter what I do, he's always going to think I'm shitty.
Exactly.
So I may as well do the thing he hates the most.
Exactly. And like as a kid, for me, that was a big part of it. It was doing what I was supposed to do and then getting treated like I kind of didn't.
Yeah.
And I was just, after a while, I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck you. If
Yeah.
you're going to treat me like I can't be trusted, then you can't trust me
Yeah.
anymore. And blew up in their faces, blew up in my face, blew up in everybody's face.
It's tricky, man.
I mean, I could come full circle now, you know, decades later, it ended up being kind of a net positive for me because now I really know what I don't want and what I want.
Right.
But it did all kinds of damage to my relationship with my family. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to repair that, but I feel like this doesn't include everybody in the family.
Right,
But
yeah, there's
for the
cases,
most
yep.
part, I'm the only one trying to do damage control. Everybody else thinks everything's just fucking fine. You know, and that's not everybody. Again, like I don't want to drop names or say anything here.
Yeah.
But there's a very small subsection of the family that is trying to fix things and do damage control and is aware of what fucked up. But the overwhelming majority of it is just like, everything's fine. I don't know why everybody's all fucked up. And it's like, it's your fault. Yeah,
You're the one.
yeah, if you don't know,
It's mostly
probably you.
Sorry, it's probably you. Whew. What else happened this week?
what else happened this week?
We only hit BetterHelp and Kavanaugh and Thirst.
That's a lot of stuff.
It is. It is.
What else happened?
I can't even think. This week has been a little crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
it's
was.
been
No, we talked about Boogie.
Yeah, Boogie. Good old Boogie.
I honestly don't really fucking find the whole Boogie thing that interesting.
It just was.
It was fun to watch him shit on V.
Him and
That's
V
where my
was-
interest ends on
him
that.
and V was some good shit. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. Not a lot of interesting stuff happened.
Yeah, I mean, we never.
A lot of dragged out shit.
We never had time to even hit the Kiro thing, man.
We talked about the furries.
Has there been any additional?
Oh wait, maybe we didn't talk about the furries. We canceled last week's
Yeah,
stream
no,
because
we
I
weren't
was
there.
sick as fuck.
Yeah, so we may as well run it. I mean,
Oh fuck, man, the furries. Okay, like gas the furries.
basically,
I don't.
This Kiro individual, though.
He's not even the worst, dude.
Yeah, that's.
He's
the
not even
thing.
close to the worst. He was just the tip of the iceberg. They're way worse. They're fucking bunch of pedophiles and shit.
There's like
There's
some documents and some images of some heinous acts being confirmed.
Yeah.
They're trying to.
I haven't looked at them. I don't want to look at them.
Yeah.
But that's not even that shit is fucking tame compared to the stuff that we're gonna find out about. There's messages between people who run furry conventions talking about having sex with their kids and how their kids like it and how it makes them depressed when the kids don't like it. It's such a buzzkill when the kids don't like it.
Fucking degeneracy.
Like, it makes me want to fucking just start killing people, dude. Like, people like this do not deserve to fucking breathe air. Like, it bothers me that at some point some innocent person's gonna breathe the recycled air that one of these fucks breathed out. Like, it is... Oh, can you tell it makes me mad?
No,
like, I fucking...
You're not wrong at all, though, man.
Like, I really, like... I'm at the point where it's like, anybody out there, you want to fucking... the next fucking mass shooter, if you're gonna shoot someone, go to a furry convention.
Yeah, why not fucking...
Yeah, like, take out the fucking...
It's because you can't mass shoot degenerates. Like, you couldn't even go to a furry con and shoot just randoms, and you wouldn't hit all the fucking people you want.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have laser sight. You can't be a mass shooter who's redeemable.
You'd end up killing a bunch of people who just got into furry stuff
and
have
like
no idea what the actual shit's about.
That's what pisses me off the most, is all the people that actually are like, yeah, there's some people who don't fetishize it.
No,
and
it's
like,
a fucking sexual
the fetishists are advertising to the people who don't fetishize. Like,
Yeah.
it's
I can't fucking...
they're a
dude,
shield, you know?
It makes me so fucking mad because I know that there's fucking kids getting raped in these fucking furry conventions, and it's been going on for a long fucking time.
Fuck.
And like, what do you think these kids are gonna be like?
Oh
They're
no.
fucked.
Getting
They're
fucked by an anthropomorphic cartoon character?
getting
No, I don't
fucked
think
by a
that'd fuck you up at all.
Getting fucked by a
Ooh.
stinky diaper fur and a fucking scary mascot suit? Yeah, that kid's gonna be fucking well adjusted.
A good image of sexuality right
Like,
there.
what are the odds that he becomes one of them? Really fucking high.
And that's also the other thing, is like, what's the cycle here?
They're creating
that's what
more.
I want to know. What's the
They're
cycle?
creating more of them, and like, that's bad. But like, I think about what it would be like when I was fucking 8 years old to be dragged into something like that. I would have killed myself by now. I would have fucking shot myself in the fucking mouth.
Especially with the self.
If that happened to me when I was...
Because that's something that, like, the thirst here. Like, a lot of these guys, they're not self-aware. They don't realize they have no marketable value.
Yeah.
And anything they get is going to fuck them.
Yeah.
These furry people, man, they're not self-aware. They don't... Like, the ones that are getting their sexuality tied up, they have no clue that this isn't going to work.
No, it's
You know what
fucked up.
Like, this isn't going to fucking work.
It's fucked up. And at first, I thought when this stuff started coming out that the normie furries were going to start throwing them under the bus. They're not.
Well, everybody's behind a fucking suit, man. That was the thing. Have you ever seen that fucking Kiro guy in the suit?
No. Yeah, briefly. I've seen him out of it more.
He
than
sounds
it.
like a fucking cartoon character. He starts
Yeah.
acting like a friggin' like I don't want to say child molester because it's not like that.
But who are you fucking attracting?
Hey kids,
Yeah.
I'm Kiro now. And when he's got no mask on, he's a depressed cuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's very. It just reminds me of, like, you know, I'm the Phantom of the Opera. I can't be myself unless I wear my mask to conceal who I am. I'm the Antifa. I'm the heavy who's the heaviest when he's concealed behind a... You're one of those people that cries about anxiety.
It gives me...
You know, you're one of those anxiety fucks.
It makes my fucking blood boil just fucking thinking about this stuff, man.
All you
like,
need is a thin veil and all the anxiety disappears. No, you're just not fucking accountable. You're not willing to put your face out there on the line. And so you kind of don't deserve it, you know, like you...
No, there's a difference between
there,
that and people not throwing these fucking pedophiles and animal rapists under the bus.
There's a different cycle.
There's a big
going on
fucking
there.
difference. Like, there's...
I just mean the concept of a persona, you know, it's like, it's one of those excuses to be yourself without having to be you.
Yeah,
you know
but
what?
still, like, I can make a sock puppet account and go online and pretend to be fucking Hitler's ghost and troll people and know that there's no repercussions. And if, say I started a group of, like, fucking ghost Nazis and we just pretended to be dead Nazis and go troll people on the internet. If I found out one of them was a pedophile, I would burn the whole fucking group to the ground and make sure that I found out who that fucker was.
This is what I want to know. Do you think that that's what the furries are, though? That they're a bunch of people who are just playing pretend? Is a fursona like do they want to be their fursona, or do they take on their fursona to let loose?
I think it's a way to disassociate from themselves so that they can do fucked up deviant shit. I think it's a way.
Right.
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Kiro the Wolf did it.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that interpretation.
But it doesn't like. I think
it's a disconnect, man. It's fucking. I'm not guilty. It's somebody else. You know,
Like-
it's my anxiety. You know, it's.
there's nothing about it that's normal. Let's say that you're not into it for some kind of sexual thing,
Right.
For some reason, which I have a hard time believing.
Yeah. Well, like little kids, I can see that. I could totally see little kids playing pretend. Like, and that's
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
what makes it even more sick.
Yeah,
You know, is it's
yeah.
like,
But okay,
huh.
so like anyone who's not a kid
Yeah.
doing it to play pretend.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, and that's the
Why?
thing is those kids aren't furries.
Yeah, no.
You know, they're playing.
No.
They're kids playing pretend.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, okay, I can't see it at all. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So as soon as you start yiffing people in a fursuit, something fucked up is going on. Like you're on the road to some fucked up shit. And and if you're aware of the fact that some of your friends in fursuits are torturing animals
yeah.
or children,
Yeah.
and you don't immediately fucking narc them out, like rip off the fucking
Yeah.
mascot head, find out who they are, take a picture, post it everywhere.
And also when you see his conversations, right?
I'm
they're-
really mad
they're-
talking about this.
well,
Like, I get
it's-
fucking mad.
It kind of reminds me of like what any kind of ideology that's really intense inside but has a public face. So when he was talking with his friend there, you know, it's all about puppy asshole and like all this
Yeah.
weird shit. And then when he talks to the interviewer that he set up himself,
Yeah.
I was just interested in the art. It was interesting art.
Yeah.
The sexual stuff. It was just interesting art.
That's
And
and
not
to
what
me,
you said.
It's
That's
funny
not what you
though,
said.
It's funny though, because to me that doesn't redeem anything.
No, it doesn't. It
If
doesn't.
you like looking
well,
at
you're
art-
just admitting that you're a fucking deviant.
Yeah.
You're admitting
Like
it.
a
You're just saying like I like jacking it to animals.
Some
Like, that's-
deviance I find acceptable, but like there's the difference between deviance and outright degeneracy.
It's like, but like, come on, like it's kind of like saying like, oh, I'm not a pedophile. I just like the feeling of my dick in a little girl's asshole.
I'm not a pedophile. I just look up pictures of naked kids in the tub.
I just love having the rape scenario play out. It's just a
Yeah.
great scenario
No.
in real life.
No.
you know, like it's a weird way of trying to gloss something that's you're saying it anyway.
Yeah, it's
like,
fucked up.
Like I
You're
don't,
out if you say stuff like that. You're outing yourself as a fucked up individual. Like,
and you're trying to gloss it down because you know it's bad.
Yeah.
You're trying to make it sound like it's this intellectual endeavor
Yeah.
because you know
and
it's
the
bad.
fact that they know it's bad that makes it even worse. Like this is the thing, man. I'm at a point now where if somebody told me, you know, I kind of like looking at like anthropomorphic furry porn. I have suspicions that you're a pedophile
Yeah,
now.
now I think there's
That's it.
in the
Like,
very
I-
least, like your
I've jumped the
sexuality
gap.
is over there somewhere
Yeah.
now, and we can't like that's
I
not a
would
thing we're
never-
gonna.
If I fucking went into somebody's house and I saw a picture on the wall that was like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, fucking Disney looking animal character, kind of sexualized, never fucking letting my child go into that house. Ever. That person is no longer really my friend.
It's
like,
I believe that your sexuality is very pliable. Like if you get a girlfriend for a while who has a weird thing, she'll get you kind of into that weird thing.
You think so?
If you let it happen, yeah, it's possible. Like it's people have high resistance and low resistance, and this is what I'm saying.
I feel like I probably have a pretty high resistance then.
That's why we have social norms.
Because I've had
Everybody has
ex-girlfriends-
stray thoughts, and we fight them.
I've had
to
girlfriends
keep ourselves on the track. If you don't fight them, you become that.
I've had girlfriends that have tried to get me to do certain things, and I just
No,
couldn't.
that's a little bit different. Like it's like
even if I gave them the benefit of the doubt and was like, all right, we'll try it. It just
and
didn't
everybody
do it for
has
me.
a line, right? But you just I swear to God, when you're a kid, you get some susceptibilities, and then through your teenage years, you're exposed to things that trigger or don't those susceptibilities. And some people, at the very end of it, they find themselves unable to jack off to regular porn. You know, they find themselves unable to see things as being attractive that are like kind of normal human sexual things.
Yeah.
And they need like toes, or they need whatever the thing that they've been searching for, or they need the next level thing.
So what fucking happens to people that they need a mascot?
That
suit.
I don't understand it exactly. You said that Who Framed Roger Rabbit thing. I mean, there's a little piece of it right there, man.
Yeah, but the sexual character in that isn't
Like,
an animal. She's a person that's drawn as a cartoon.
When I was a kid, I developed strange feelings for cartoonified anthropomorphic chicks with big tits for some reason and shit. But I fucking fought it. I as
a kid, I was.
We all got confused
if it
by
had
the
big
shit.
tits and a curvy body, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But if I had the choice to go and look at something on my own volition, it was just normal people.
I'm just saying there's some people, I don't know the factors, but they end up making the opposite choice. Or like, I don't know, you have a friend.
This is the
or
thing.
you
This
have
is
a
the thing.
fucking,
This
you
is
know.
the thing, though. I can wrap my head around weeaboos that jack off to anime girls because it's still just a human.
Yeah.
That's drawn in a way that I guess is like an idealized kind of
depending on what you're looking at, but yeah.
But when you get into the realm of not quite human, like not animals, what did a human do to you to make you averse to humans?
And that's what I think it is that
like,
there was some experience that...
Well, I mean, let's be honest here. These furries that are fucking raping their own children at furry conventions behind closed doors, you don't think that the same thing happened to them? It probably did.
But
that
what I
doesn't
mean.
make me want to kill them less.
No, and you know what's really, you know what's really weird about that is that it's because they're kids, man. Like, you're defining normal for that kid.
Yeah.
So it's like you could get some fucked up SJW type who's like, no, that's just normal for him. That's his childhood experience, his lived experience, and now he needs that for, you know, and you could like...
have been trying to normalize pedophilia for 5 years now.
That's what I'm fucking saying. He can't help it. Well, it's because somebody fucked him up, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when are we going to break the cycle?
Yeah, you have to break the cycle.
When are we going to break the cycle?
Yeah. Fucking chemically castrate them.
But it opens up all kinds of other doors that I don't even want to touch. Sexuality's so fucked. And that's why I think people are just like, I want to stay out of it.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to... I don't think that it's a good idea.
No, it's
I
gonna
really
It's
don't.
going to bite society in the ass.
It just seems like everything is evolving. Everything is amplifying, you know?
And what are we going to do? Like, 20 years from now when it's when you can live most of your life in a virtual reality simulation.
Yeah, man. You don't even have to be accountable for...
But,
like,
you know,
nobody even
but
sees
there's
it,
still going to
you
be a point where you're going to want to unplug yourself from that and fuck something.
Everybody will.
The thirst is going to get worse.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean though, is like, if you can sell your Fortnite time for 13, why would any woman engage in a regular relationship with a man? That's what scares me.
Yeah.
Is if enough of you thirsty fucks decide to pay the money, then even reasonable great women are going to start wanting money every time. You know, it's like a fucking weird cycle. It's if you can get away with it, you'll get away with it.
Yeah.
You know? Sorry, that was my fault.
Yeah, until the only men that those women can pick up are fucking thirsty.
And they're still going to need actual men.
Yeah.
To fulfill their lives, because these guys can't do it.
No.
And they're kind of creating them. It's great. It's awesome.
The women, they're not creating them.
No, they're just
the men, these guys are
they're
creating
filtering
themselves,
them, I guess.
man.
It's, yeah.
They're
no, they absolutely are.
And our
goes back to the
society as a
thirst.
service has a lot to do with it. Mm-hmm. Like, you can get through most of your life now without having any skills, especially in a place like Sweden or Canada where they just throw money at you for being useless.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem. I think, like, you know, we used to have... I think in the absence of welfare, there'd be some suffering, but there'd be
Yes.
less.
Especially now.
But I feel like there'd be less overall suffering. Like, eventually, there's a certain subset of people who collect social services that if they were left with none of it, they'd pull themselves out of it.
Yeah. There's a bunch that would die.
Yeah,
Well,
fuck
or
'em.
whatever.
Fuck them.
Well, that's
I'm
kinda
sorry. This
like,
is the nihilism kicks in when we talk about
the
this.
analog to this is if I raise a child who cannot do anything but depend on me, and then I die,
Yeah.
I killed my kid.
Yeah, you did.
I gave them a great life.
Yeah.
But I killed my kid.
Yeah.
You know, like, they're kind of already dead.
Yeah.
If they've gone in...
I don't care.
You know, like, that's kind of...
I don't care. I don't care if, like, it... This is where the nihilism kicks in with me. Is like...
It is tough. No, it's super...
What are our options here? Are allow people to continue to become more and more and more and more and more
Let the
useless.
tumor get bigger?
Yeah.
Or cut it out?
Until we reach a point where all of the children that are being raised by fucking idiots.
Yeah. Well, or if most kids have this benefit, everybody has to get the benefit.
You let natural
eventually.
selection run its fucking course, is what I think.
That's dude, and it's funny that
I'm not a fan of eugenics. I don't think we should push
that's not
it.
the way it works. No.
I don't think we should push it. I don't think we should euthanize all the poor people, as I heard someone say the other day.
Yeah.
But if they're not going to keep themselves alive, fuck them. And I'm not talking about people with disabilities.
Yeah.
Those are the only people that I think deserve social services. Anybody else should maybe, I'm not totally against social programs. Say somebody gets laid off.
It's a hard balance.
Say somebody gets laid off. I think people deserve help if they're going to prove that they deserve it. But after 5, 6, 7 years of collecting social assistance, and you go and you look at this person's apartment, and they've got a TV, an Xbox, and a couch, and that's it, and their kids are being taken care of by their ex-girlfriend's grandmother, fucking let them die.
Wow, you just described, I know so many people who are just like that.
Yeah, most of the people I know who collect social services are like that.
Yep. And honestly, some of them are better at me when it comes to working and stuff.
Yeah.
There's actually no excuse.
Yeah.
As a point of pride, I don't take the social money.
Yeah.
I got some certain social benefits that I am engaged in a relationship to uphold.
Yeah.
But that's it. It's not I just hate going. I would never want to go to that fucking office and be like, give me my income.
Yeah.
And I'm here. I'm looking for a job. I swear. When I'm really not.
Yeah.
If I went to go
when I was younger, I did that too for a while.
Yeah.
And all it did was make me want to kill myself. I don't understand how people can do it for a lifetime.
It ruins it. I think every kid thinks like that for a while.
Yeah.
And then it's up to parent plus kid to
part
get
of the
them
problem
over
too
it.
is at the point in time when I was abusing the social service system, I thought the world was stacked against me. Mm-hmm. I thought that my options were either abuse the system as a way to be like fuck you to the system, or never succeed because I wasn't fucking born into the right fucking family lineage.
That's a big thing too. It's almost like a black pill of doom.
Yeah, I was black pilled as fuck, but I had to pull my head out of my ass and realize it was my responsibility.
Yeah, and it's kind of a funny thing. You can take the black pill as hard as you fucking want, but you're still a human being who's alive right here and now.
Yeah.
You still have to get through today. Yeah. You're not gonna, there's and the welfare life is fucking. I can't see how anyone would ever want it. I can't. I just can't. I can't visualize that.
I can see why certain people would want it.
I can see
why
you'd want everything paid for. I could see, but why you'd want whatever it is per month enough just to cover shit rent and a couple of hits of whatever you fucking take. It makes me sad. It makes me sad to think
I know people.
You can't go anywhere from there.
I know people who don't require anything. They can play video games all day and it doesn't make them depressed.
I have that disease. I could totally do it.
No, it makes me depressed.
Yeah, and I guess that's what it is. I do get depressed.
Yeah, if I spend more than fucking... I can, on a rainy day when I have nothing to do, I can play video games all day. 14, 16 hours. But if I do it 2 days in a row, I start to fucking hate myself a little bit. If I do it 3 days in a row, I start thinking about why am I even alive?
Yep.
If I do it 4 days in a row, I start thinking about what would be the most painless way for me to end my life. But I know people who can do it for years and years and years, and they're fulfilled by it.
That's fascinating.
They're fulfilled by it. And part of me thinks, oh, fuck, if you could just get a job that allowed you to support this habit, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wouldn't have a problem with it. If you could, because it wouldn't be expensive.
No.
If that's all you need.
That's something interesting is there's not many subsistence options.
You can get a part-time job, work 4 days a week, and then just fucking play video games all day.
Yeah.
But the problem is, they see that as giving up time
to
fucking...
And they'll fuck it up.
Yeah.
They'll fuck it right up.
And this kind of comes down to the other thing, is a lot of the people I know who are in this position don't have any fucking skills. Or the skills they have aren't applicable to anything.
Yeah.
And I have more sympathy for the certain group of people that I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. But there's some that know what they're doing. And they're not happy with what they have, but they keep doing it anyways. And those are the ones that I kind of don't care if they're alive. I don't. It's because they're not They're not contributing anything, not just to society, but they're actually not contributing anything to their own happiness. But they keep doing it.
Yeah, I'm that person.
And at my
I'm that
expense.
fucking person. I'm not feeling I'm not feeling it anymore. But man, if like I'll get depressed as shit if you put me in isolation alone.
Yeah.
But if I have the things I need, I'll just keep isolating.
Yeah.
You know, like I am Hoim Kioma. Okay, he would not do shit until it was at the very last second of the very last fucking thing, and everything he knew was gone and dead.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I will go through space and time. I will suffer for hours on end just to make what I've done to myself not real anymore. I will do anything.
Yeah.
That's how I operate.
I'm kind of like that too.
It's 0 to 100 in 5 seconds.
I used to be.
With 10 years of waiting, you know, and it's pisses me off because if I was prudent, I'd be out of this. You know, I wouldn't know any of you motherfuckers. I'd have a house in suburbia and shit.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
I just know it.
Yeah.
You know? But no, I have
That's
to suffer.
the thing. Like, I appreciate the hard lessons I learned as a young adult, but I also am angry at myself as a young adult because I could also be living in like a 500,000.
Yeah, you're not a fucking dumb individual. Yeah.
Not particularly.
But you make dumb decisions.
Yeah.
To put yourself through the dumbness of them.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I gotta learn it myself.
Yeah.
I have to do it myself.
I'm fucking
you know?
stubborn.
Yeah. Yeah. I had that too.
Yeah.
I had that fucking, like, I'm not gonna move an inch, you know?
Yeah.
Stupid shit.
Yeah.
Really weird. It puts you in an interesting position, though. And that's the self-awareness almost hurts. You know, it hurts at times.
It's good though.
You have to have it. If it wasn't hurting, I'd be fucking
No,
numb.
I like
numb,
it.
You know?
I like
yeah.
it. I like it when I catch myself being an idiot. And there's this initial punch of shame, and then I just fucking grab onto it, and I'm like, never again.
Yep.
And within 30 seconds, you're a better person than you were.
Yep.
And it's good. But you have to be able to see it like that. A lot of people get hit with the shame, and that's as far as they go.
Yeah. And
then they just get mad that they felt the shame.
It can make you worse.
How dare you make me feel this fucking shame?
Yep, it can make
Who
it
are
worse.
you? But no, you gotta fucking embrace that shit.
You gotta own it.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to, like, it's almost like you have to be addicted to it, you know? Just
And
fixing
I'm
the
calling an
problems.
intermission because I gotta piss.
Yeah, that's fine. Should we intermit? Should we call it? Like,
We can call it.
it's been 2 hours.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours. We're calling it.
Yeah, we'll fucking call it.
So don't forget your sanity juice.
Yep.
Just fucking stop.
YouTube Burnout. If you YouTube Burnout, there's a service available. Counseling. Just drink some fucking water.
There's also a website I heard about called neverhelp.com.
Never help.
That might be a good place to check out.
I think it's buttershelf.org. So go to buttershelf.web.
What is buttershelf.web? I'm pretty sure it's on Kiwi Farms.
Oh shit. Don't go to buttershelf.web. I don't know what the fuck it is.
We don't know what buttershelf.net is.
No,
it could be really bad.
Seriously though, if you're thirsty, if you're fucking thinking about starting a political movement, if you think you're oppressed,
Liberalistisms.
that's right.
None of that.
Drink your sanity juice. It's all you. You
Develop
got this.
some skills.
Skills, value. It comes from within, and you manifest the shit.
Yeah. And if a sexy lady tells you she's going to charge you $13 to play Fortnite, tell her to get fucked and then don't message her back.
Be the change you want to see.
In the world.
My name's Jimbo. Over there is Jonathan. And we are the dirtiest, filthiest.
Centrists.